Now Prophet's TPing him. This is the best way to find him in the trees. Koifa, well, Light Strike Array is going to be off target. Koifa still on the run. Chance blocking him in and pinning him into towards the corner. Bristleback is on the way to try and help out. Cyberstore creates a little bit of space to get another LSA off target from Nisha, so he can't finish the job just yet into Koifa. Boxy or Yapsor. Koifa turns around, so Yapsor turns with him, dodging the spear of Boxy. Nisha may lose his life for this, however. Sprout tries to hold him in the corner, but thanks to the arena, they see everything they need to. Zai's TP out will be successful. Spear of Mars was on cooldown, that's why he couldn't throw it until now. As Enchantress, Boxy trying to reach over the shards. Poppy TP will not be successful. The Quills are in range, and Insania working together to try and kill off Matumba. But they'll have to set up the Yapsor, snowballing into the wild wing. Already got a couple of poison stacks on him, and he will be brought down as Liquid bring their entire team to defend that top lane.
Yeah, I mean, the moment he gets his ult off, you just kind of know that it's not going to be that easy to kill him. It's 1,000 extra HP and 15 extra armor, and Liquid can then like easily follow up and help him out. They did end up bringing him down, so it does sound that so I imagine when he gets there, they're going to walk into Roche, and we're going to have another team fight at that time.
Oh, this is some fun, confident. Gets speared by Boxy, gets straight back in, deciding what he did before. Sentry Ward is down, and well, Matumba's in the middle of both of them. Now Nisha comes over himself with a spear, blocking Matumba up against the wall. Defensive snowball save, will be able to work, even getting the follow-up done into Boxy, into sharp control onto the Bristleback, but Insania will give him all the life back that he requires. ST was picked up by Matumba, and this is Team Secret just playing on so many different fronts, getting both the supports of Team Liquid, and maybe they go for a little bit more. The enchant slow down Mickey, but they just don't have the damage output. Back to controlling the lanes.
Yeah, so this is not the type of fight like Liquid want to take, because their heroes just don't excel at this. It's exactly what Secret's heroes excel at. There's small skirmishes where you poke a bit and one guy's out of position, you can burst one guy down and keep chasing. Whereas Liquid, they need to be at the ball. They need to play on objectives. They need to get the death on and they need to go together. Or they're simply gonna get outfighted in these fights.
Is that Deso going to be enough? And whoops. I think Puppy just lost his comms net.
Oh really?
Oh yeah, it got picked up by Koifa's bad. Because he was farming and then trying to retreat away from the lone. That's not gonna help. That's not gonna help.
That's a good item. But yeah, I mean, it's not just Deso, it's also Bristleback, right? Like he's an innate rogue killer, so he'll die really fast. They might tower mid tower first, just because easier access to rogue afterwards. But they are getting ratted side lanes.
Matumba and Zai, making sure Liquid are always looking behind themselves. But Koifa does take that mid-tier one time. She said Desolator is already up. Halbert Vanguard build in for Bristleback. Going to be his next item of choice, but they want to keep the pressure on the mid-tier 2 now. Fortification will slow it all down, but they fortify back themselves. But bottom lane,
tough care.
Yeah, Yapsor. Right. Quick review. Wait for the spear, because Snowball's bringing it forward. And Boxy tries to play the range game, but Pushka, the 3 heroes committed here to ensure that he does go down. Mickey still loses his core in the middle of that to Puppy. Because that's just what happens. Is this worth so many heroes into the bottom lane? Now you're going to lose Koifa in the mid. Definitely not worth it. Matumba and Nisha just working together, and now they will add pressure to the mid-tier 2 tower.
Yeah, no, that was a really bad move. Also because it kind of makes play like we just discussed how they shouldn't play, right? They were fine on mid lane, and if they stayed they would have gotten to they smoke.
Oh, Boxy. You got the arena, but no one's caught inside of it. They're well away from the egg. And Team Liquid, the big ball combination they want to use against Team Secret, they use against PvE.
Yeah, so they definitely had an opportunity there to take it to tower mid, and then go immediately into Roche. And basically smoking dressing one tusk, killing a creep wave, and then it's not real pressure. The tower won't fall tusk, so you should just ignore it and keep staying as fire. But
can you explain like how we Yeah, can you explain how we actually yeah, we don't want to judge exactly what's going on, but I kind of want to understand how we got to the point we're at. We were talking about Team Liquid being ahead by not it was more experience than it was goal. But we kind of said that they kind of won 2.5 of their lanes. How does this game turn around like this to get to a point where it feels like Team Secret are the ones who are picking the fights and in control?
I mean, it comes down to the moves we see. The recent ones, it's inefficient movement, right? Like they move smoke bottom. They lost a lot of time farm and gained almost nothing. And then they had this weird skirmish around the tier 1 Radiant Tower. So the Furion will outfarm the Lina will outfarm you. But it shouldn't matter too much because just because 5-man is that much stronger.
This feels like they want to go for the Hallelujah kind of style. They're going and starting up Roshan, but Team Secret, they're at the tier 3 tower on bottom lane. Just took the tier 2. Feeling still pretty damn confident to push up. Alpha will give all that bonus damage in the tower. Negative 6 armor on it is dying very, very quickly. They want to finish for Roshan. He's low. He hit 1100. But they've lost the tier 3 tower. Now Aegis Wall in the hands of McKay. TPs will begin. McKay will keep himself in the front line towards Matumbaman. And how do you get your fight? How is this 5-man going to work out from Team Liquid? Fear, Matumbaman. He's actually hit. No! Oh, the wall wasn't up in time. The spear didn't connect him into the arena. At least there's some rooting over on the Tusker, who's got defensive snowball available. This will buy us a little bit of time. But for all of this run back, for getting the Aegis to more than losing the tier 3 tower, all you get is Yapsaw. Maybe it's worth it because you have the Aegis immortal, but that still felt like they needed just an extra 10-15 seconds.
Yeah, I mean that was a very close call. I don't think it was that bad of a trade for Liquid. I mean, tier 3 towers nowadays don't actually give you that much. Like in the old days, they'll shrines and stuff. So they do get the Aegis, and this pistol back. You know, he's gonna feel like king right now. And I don't think Secret is gonna go anywhere near him right now. Unless he's like very isolated.
Wait, can Liquid then get what they want? That 5-man group up and push? Is that possible? You still have to. How do they deal with the split push? You get that 5-man at the same time.
The problem for them right now is that they can 5-man, they can start hitting some towers, but it's going to be very inefficient for them because Secret will be ratting on the other lanes. And even though they're getting a tier 1 tower on the bottom, for example, you know, Secret might already be pushing on other lanes. And they still need to kind of be together because if they get caught out, multiple, like you know, 5-man, Bristleback, yeah. Mickey will die. So I think it's very inefficient for them now. But you know, their team fight does not like stop scaling. So they can't play a bit slower here. We still just have a game of Dota to be played. It's not how they say it comes down to. You know how the fights turn out, but I don't think the Aegis necessarily is gonna get that much done here.
Just give a little bit of breathing room for Liquid. It gave Mickey the confidence to take the tier 1 tower on bottom lane. He's got a lot of farm from that. And now is 600 gold away from completing up his Curious. Lanes can steal a regeneration. On the right, Matumbaman's now completed the negative second for the Void Spirit. Both teams have completed up their own Vlads. So just a few items which are bouncing in.
Yeah.
And Liquid grouped up once again, but look where Team Secret are moving. 3-man smoke up going into the giant jungle. The line got quickly drawn up by Insania saying like they're down here. It's pretty much they're going to cross this line at some point. But if we take the tier 2 tower in mid, maybe it's just going to be worth it. Mickey and Lone Druid's Bear goes to work.
I think they should go high ground here before Secret. They do shred towers really fast. I think it's important for them right now that they don't react to Secret. But
that one range creep gets to survive and allow this to actually happen. Yapsa's the first on the TP back, but it looks like Secret going for their own trade-offs here. Now they're starting to TP out, but Mickey, do with Aegis and Kuiper with his bear up and running. They just want to pick up the melee racks and probably get out, but Zion and Matumbaman have taken the same type of thing on bottom lane. So Kuiper and Mickey. Now be careful about your TP timing. Bottom lane, Matumbaman just trying to get away from the two supports. He's perched up and having a very hard time running away from the Hatcher on top of him. In fact, they just dive in, they put out the egg. They need a stun, they need a control, and Matolman actually completes the TP all the way back to base while the mid lane team sequence chase. Couldn't find exactly what they were looking for, but both teams doing damage to the building, to the base, taking out the melees.
So Simon made a really important for this to happen because he dragged the Matrix, the wave away from the from the lane, so that his creeps could get momentum and push into the base. Made the back region kick out or like go off. So that was really cool. And Nisha.
Bottom lane. Yep. Pinned up against the side. It's time to get the arena off. Boxy only wants to get them over towards the side. So they bump and Nisha just BK beats. Yep, still trying to find this one out. Tiger doesn't have his purge up cooldown just yet, but they want Nisha. In fact, with Zai actually arriving in this fight too, it looks like it's Team Liquid who are the ones having the counter. Mickey can stand his ground, so at least he can bring down Nisha. But how much more power has Mickey got? Enough once Kuiper is here to lend the route, to lend the control. Matolman trying to run away. The Remnant can get the control he is looking for over on Mickey. Now rooted up and brought down Kuiper. Ends the huge streak of Matolman seven times. And it looked like maybe it was a good start with the two supports going down from Liquid. And then the rest of the course from Liquid arrived.
Yep. That was actually kind of a lot of value agents to get two cores like that. But they kind of had to help each other, right? He called out. He had BKB, but they chose to take the fight. I don't know. I can't really blame them. It was a close call.
You were kind of saying it when we were talking during the drafting phase. Like this is kind of a run at you style meta, being either brought forward by Urchi or the patch. But either way, sometimes we're just gonna run. See what happens.
Yeah. Well, I think Secret is kind of it's still meta, but it's like a bit slower style. Something that we would have seen before that as well. Mars Phoenix, Shadow Demon. Whereas Secret is more new style with the Ench and Void Spirit. But we see the Liquid lineup is on now, like for real, and Secret needs to be very careful what fight they choose, and you know, if it comes to it and they start hitting your base, it'll die really fast. So it's not an easy game for Secret by any means. They have to pretty clutch to win this one, I believe.
There's a team to do it. Like, even just having Zion just drop it, I'm already feeling like I lean away of Secret just to keep control of this map. Because there's no quick and easy catch for Nate to drop it as he builds his own levels. He's actually building his own Ras 2. But the next part is definitely going to be like look towards Roshan in just over a minute.
Yes, I has how much armor is that?
Currently
60 armor almost.
Yeah. 40, 52. And increasing. And this is the least amount of movement I've seen from Dynamo. He's waiting for his money to count up so he can pick up the Hyperstone. Yeah, so he's currently sitting at 59 armor when he walks in the mid lane.
Yeah, I don't think you want to kill the hero. You want to kill the other one. He doesn't actually do any damage right now. He's also doing full utility. Oh, anyways, we have a Secret here. And they could have another 5.
Boxy. Smoke does break, but Boxy quickly blinks away over towards the lane. Matolman couldn't step fast enough to find him. Even the bears TPing out in time.
Yep, nighttime. A bit unfortunate time to Secret there.
Gotta keep an eye on that Roshan clock. We'll find out what it's going to be in 5 seconds time. The team Secret are already leaving trees inside the pit. And it's a long spawn time, almost 2.5 minutes. And all outposts are balanced. All teams are balanced. And game is now not balanced because double damage found in the bottom river.
Enchanters?
Yeah. That's going to be a pick up. Look for the root. There's no detection. Never mind. Got the kill.
Are they gonna just they still have to get twos actually? Well, you can only really get the range rank for the throne here, so you probably want to take your twos. But it's so hard against heroes like Fury and Demons. They split push the side lane so rapidly. So that might end up being a real problem for Liquid. Actually get to these towers. Like getting to them in the first place.
Yeah, let's give him like 5-man barrel down lane, but it was going to be a sacrifice. Now Tiger. Oh, Snowball's going to right time. Yes, it does. Only just from Yamsor. Goes Scepted up SD, trying to get away to safety. Loses his life, and now dead with that buyback for 40 seconds. This will get a little tense around Roshan. Lone Droid's even sending his bear in there, but that bear is pretty tanked up too. Abyssal Blade plus Desolator on Spirit Bear. And he's got the import to work with it too. And they're getting a second Abyssal Blade over on mid-game. So double controls.
Yeah, that's the problem with heroes like Dina, Boyspur, actually all three of them, right? They don't like Abyssal Blade.
I'm not like Smoke and get a good initiation. The bear's waiting out front, Quoth in the trees. Insania was up on the hill, and they're trying to wrap around, just getting observed inside the base, and see no one's there. So pretty obvious that this is the line towards the north that they're worried about. Foxy, who's the one who can blink away, stays close.
They got a really nice ward in the base. Tiger might end up getting caught again.
Oh, they see the ward now. Sentries down, Matumba comes in, underneath the tier 3 tower, Ghost Scepter, buying some more time, plus defensive disruption, GP's already arrived from Boxy, thinking about the arena, unfortunately for Matumba just jumps back down towards him, Poppy getting wrapped around there, your Abyssal Blade is done. Okay, 3 hits will do it. Poppy explodes in the middle lane. Of course, the bottom is in a bit of a shambles, and Roshan has respawned, so both teams can now start thinking about this. But Zai's already pushing in the top lane. The bottom lane always has momentum for Team C. I'm just wondering when they come up to breathe.
Well, Insania's got the Roshan, so just now, so they both know it's up. And I don't know. It's gonna be hard for Secret to control this Rosh. And it's gonna be hard for them to gain any real value or else. They already got Raxus, so you can't really rat here. So they have to take the fight, I think.
Well, they have no choice. This will be that time.
Might be too slow though.
Bottom lane doesn't push fast enough. Roshan's already down to 3,000. The trees will come in, but the information, the remnant doesn't grab anything. In fact, this is full Lone Druid over, jump in. But Tamaman trying to get a steal, couldn't grab anything, so jumps back out just as quick as he went in. And Zai's already TV'd to the bottom lane to start the push. Or to continue the push if it comes back out again. Nisha's going Rapier territory, realizing they need even more damage right now to get through.
Yeah. Oh, almost caught there.
Yeah, just out of range of the sentry ward. And that obs only had 5 seconds left on it. Gets a little tense now, but so Team Liquid, they want to barrel down. They want to be able to use the Aegis Immortals moving forward. Do they think this is actually going to be their time? Like the advantage is still slightly the way of Team Secret. Maybe it'll help him get this pick up from Poppy once again. A bit of blade control and hit. Just way too strong.
I mean, the gold is in favor of...
Oh god, oh, bigger one. They caught Zai. Koifa gonna bring the bear back in again with the Saboteur as much as able they can get. They even get the extra root. A proper sprout. Does anyone bring a blade? Yeah, they did. Cutting through the trees, and Zai, Nisha will arrive himself to try and help out Boxy, focusing him down. BKB wants to get inside the arena, lets the Lunar Blade go, and Boxy now unleashes him to walk himself outside the arena, but the Inferno pulls him back closer once again. Matumba jump forward, defensive destruction, buying more time, but they can't keep Boxy alive. No matter how hard Liquid trying to Koifa, is almost solo. He's almost got lead of the roots, just continue on forever. The bear will be claimed as a rebuttal, but Bear for Lena, you'll take it. Maybe the better chance is they bought space with their test, so Mickey can take tier 2 tower on bottom lane. We wonder what it would take to achieve it, and that's kind of what it is.
Yeah, and they're gonna be able to get the top as well if Lone Druid keeps pushing. Mickey can TP top. But I mean,
yeah, well, there's no disable on Zai, so he doesn't care about, like, he just TP away to safety. Now Tusker will arrive, so disable will be there. Mickey in pretty deep. Where's their support? Insania is nearby, but they'll get their first done. Mickey trying to retreat back out once again with Sprout. Perfect control. Icarus dive will cut the path, but Mickey just goes down. Aegis Immortal will burn. SD moving over. They're trying to get there as soon as they can. Help out this bristleback. Life number 1 has already been claimed. They look for Puppy outside. Lone Druid's band not close enough. But they still have a creep wave with them, so maybe they can break the T3 tower. Even a full MK completed on the bear for this push. The tier 3 tower starts to get assaulted. Koipa's going to be careful. His bear's on cooldown for another 46 seconds. So if he loses it, well, actually, never mind. A little too late for that. They've lost a lot of their power. Puppy is burning pretty quickly, but Liquid don't have any more pushing power.
Yeah, I mean, they were overestimating like themselves a bit there. Like they want to get a kind of forced buyback, get a rack there, because Bristleback was portation, so she had to actually run all the way across the map as a lone druid. They're not exactly the fast zero, so it ended up being a very awkward engagement. And you see how fast the bear actually dies, so probably Secret in the future fight and we'll look to focus fire that bear a bit. And even Bristleback too, he also dies quite fast. If he's alone. So Secret have the damage to kill.
I want to get to enjoy the new timings. 37 minutes in. Look for your new tier 4 items to arrive. Flicker and the Shaco. I think Zaya's got a crap ton of life now.
He's very tanky.
Looks like Liquid's coming outside once again. Everyone group up as 5. Niche is on the hunt. I'm almost sad he went away from the rapier. I'm actually very sad he went away from the rapier. But he'll be very happy he got the timeless relic.
So another age is gone, like when is next Roche? It's been quite a while. And we almost have 25 on Bristleback. He will hurt a lot when he gets that. But again, like it's not his damage is not really his problem, it's more about being able to hit heroes.
Boxing. Very, very problematic. Matumbaman, the arena comes up and Matumbaman almost feels like he baited it. The spear's going to pull him back in again, and with a lot of damage, with Koipa's jump forward. Oh boy!
That was very nice, actually.
These Abyssal Blades are just letting them go for initiation after initiation. Enchantress on the run as fast as you possibly can. Glimmercape will give that extra ability to hide.
You don't get to see that very often. Mars spearing somebody to the arena from the other side like that. I don't even know if I've ever seen that. That's pretty cool.
It's quirky and it works. I still love how that will actually be considered as a wall, and still Roshan is not. One of my pet peeves. We actually get a Tusker Aghanim Scepter of all the items that Yabsaw could have built into. I mean, just get away from my base.
If you think of it from his perspective, right, he has this Bristleback running at him. It makes sense. You want to, be able to kick him away. Or the bear, for that matter.
As long as you don't get a Bristleblade jumped, you're gonna. You should be able to get that kick off.
It's quite a lot of a utility actually through BKB too. Like I think it does go through BKB, I believe, right? It should. It has 8-second cooldown only.
Okay.
So
it pierces spell immunity, so yes.
I want to say that it does. Right?
Yeah, I want to say yes too.
It says yes. Right,
yeah, it says pierces spell immunity, so I'm assuming that is the kick. But I know sometimes that's damage and not effect, or effect and not damage. Trouble as Mickey, another jump forward with Abyssal Blade. Koipa follows up with his bear, and Matama He just spent 1 minute in the sim bin. He's back down for 80 seconds. And Nisha also on the run underneath the sentry ward. A spear from Bo3 trying to catch the target. They just try and keep following with the silver edge. It's worn off and the Savage Roar into a bash, into a root. All the control that Liquid can ask for. They get it in droves and now Koi for a double kill to his name. And they'll be looking to pressure this mid lane.
Yeah, I mean, this should be bottom ranks, right? Unless you want to blow some buybacks here. You might have to, honestly. The buildings will die really fast. Meta doesn't have buyback.
Do you just go straight for bottom lane, or do you even force in for tier 4s?
Tier 4s are kind of hard to kill, right? I mean, not really with the amount of damage they have, but going throne is kind of risky these days. So I think just getting another side of racks and then see what happens. If they don't buyback, you can poke tier 4s as well.
Well, they're already in. They've already taken the job, and yeah, okay, yeah, no buybacks. Poke tier 4s. Hey, Nisha, we're gonna test you. 44 seconds before he's up. Fortification will buy a little bit more time. Secret, no, at least they can't lose their top lane of rack, so let it go. Profit actually buys a rapier. Zai's coming back in to bring the extra DPS for this fight. Nisha as well, but there's your Abyssal Blaze done. Goodbye, Gapsaw. No buyback available from him. And where's your target, Zai? He's actually battling against Koifa's Bear. They're trying to remove him from the field. They are able to do so. The TP in, and they didn't finish up in time. Phoenix tried to BT the front lines. He'll end up missing out on that, but they're gonna kill Zai. The rapier is on the deck. Hasn't been regathered. It's in the hands of Mickey. This is over. They don't have the damage anymore. It was the last yard play, but Team Liquid will take game 1 of this series in 42 minutes.
Yeah, wow. What an ending.
5 seconds remaining. Team Liquid's turn to ban. Team Secret's turn to ban. Team Liquid.
Interesting, you think about it, the changes to XP gain. So what we've done is we've reduced gold, just taking it out of the game.
Yeah.
Now we've reduced talents. We've also nerfed experience, and we've increased the drop speed of neutral items. So effectively, all these patches.
And we gave the gold
neutral
back.
items.
Like took it away, gave it back in a day or two. But exactly everything that they're doing is just.
It just feels like a different timing when you consider it used to. Was it 40 or 45 minutes when tier 4 items used to drop? It was 40, wasn't it?
40.
Yeah.
Now it's 37, right?
Yeah. And are you sure it wasn't 45?
It's 37.
It's 37 now. The point is it's faster. And you're suddenly seeing, I think part of the reason we might see elongated games, because tier 4 items are the real deal.
Okay.
Like they are worth, they're legitimately tier 4 items. And you consider tier 4 items in the shop, think of it as like a Sanj Kaya or some 4 to 5k gold item. That's the value you're getting. So it makes sense that if you're ahead, you might actually want to wait. And I've seen in North America where typically, I envision North America is like a French kitchen, a lot of experimentation. You get in there and you come out of it a good chef. But when you're in there, it's chaos. But you find the really good recipes, and I really think
I like
watching them play.
It does make a lot of sense.
I liked it at the beginning, right, where he was saying that, like...
I love how he started laughing. I wasn't even sarcastic, he doesn't believe in it. That's the worst.
I'm just going to come back to Carl's point before, when he was watching North American Dota the other day, he was greatly disappointed.
I felt like Gordon Ramsay on Kitchen Knife.
There you go! He's like...
Laundry.
The point is, I've seen multiple games now where teams turn Aegis, wait for that 27 to 37 minute mark, and immediately farm all the neutral camps.
Yeah,
like they
ancients,
smoke for neutral.
You see 2 cores farming ancients literally to get that bonus drop rate there. It definitely does impact the game quite a lot.
Did Lone Druid get banned out? I didn't have time to look. It didn't get banned out.
Yeah.
So Secret thinking they got a counter?
So Puppy in the past has been one of those captains that likes to play versus something that looks borderline broken, right? He likes to find the ways to deal with it.
I will solve it.
Yeah,
I will make it happen.
Oh, I remember, what was it? There's some series, EG was then not the greatest team at the time, and they could only win when Misery was playing like these invis roamers, and he refused to ban Bounty Hunter.
Yep. 3
games in a row, and EG2 won the series. I just remember reading Reddit, and everyone's just pulling out their hair like, God damn it, Clement, what are you doing? Why? But this is his style, and there's 2 methods of dealing with enemy-sized comfort heroes, and this is something going back all the way to like TI5 when we saw CDC in 4 consecutive games give EG Gyrocopter. The idea is like, well, I mean, they ended up losing, but the concept is, well, would you rather fear be on this unknown hero or on Gyrocopter, and you prep for it? So Puppy's always been the one to think, well, please pick what you want. And especially in, not playoffs necessarily, Secret likely will make them. Maybe you just learn here. Is Lone Druid beatable? If not, well, you know what you got to ban when it comes crunch time.
And that's what we come to, right? You can only play it in practice games and get so much from it. When it's an official game, when it's legit like this, it's a whole different kettle of fish when it comes to actually finding that solution and seeing how the other team plays it.
A kettle of fish? Why would you have fish in a kettle?
It's a British saying. Yeah, sorry, you just probably lost on you.
Wasn't it barrel?
Yeah.
No, it's kettle. We say kettle.
You say kettle?
Yeah.
But it's easier, I guess.
So when you guys are drinking tea, you're making
definitely not.
Salad
definitely not.
Ugh. Ooh.
Okay, I'll explain this because everyone's probably going to be freaking out. So I come from the very east end of London, and my dad is a Cockney. So some of the sayings and things I will say, even I sometimes can't understand what's going on when he's talking, let alone other people. I don't have the accent.
Can you put one on though?
No, I can't even try and copy it. Like, not even close. Yeah. The big meme, and it's even on my Twitter bio, is the Tom Hardy of esports, because when Peaky Blinders was in its fame, whenever I was doing shows and stuff like that, everyone was like, oh, you sound like... There was even a player I interviewed, and I asked him a question, he just ignored it and went, you sound like Tom Hardy from Peaky Blinders. And I'm like, Thanks for answering the question there, mate. Yeah, good job.
Quality
I don't look
show.
like him, sadly, by the way. I would love to have that, the sex appeal he had. If I could grasp that in myself and have the voice, probably wouldn't be doing this as a job right now.
Love to grasp Tom Hardy, let me tell you. But Peaky Blinders, it's a great show.
It definitely is
It's
a
one of
great
my
show.
favorites. And if you're home in quarantine, check it out. Also, Ozark, solid.
Oh, I haven't
Really
checked
good.
that out yet. I saw
really
that.
good.
Was that good then?
It is.
Yep.
Let me tell you, it's better than NA Dota.
So, doesn't seem like that's very hard at this point, Kyle.
No.
Okay, I'm definitely
I
going to check
just
that
left
out.
it. I've given up on
Ozark
it.
pretty much gives me the Breaking Bad vibe somehow.
Oh, okay.
Some similar
I
style.
watched the trailer and I just didn't get around to looking at it. It didn't like grasp me. So if you guys are saying it, I might get onto it. But I want to see more about this draft going down now.
This is one of the puppy specials throughout history. He loves the lion, and I'm a huge fan of the hero. 2 methods of hard disable, and then the massive burst from the finger. One of YapzOr's best heroes as well. Really, really good against Ember. I've been waiting for the hex mechanics to come back, notably
Shadow
Rasta.
Shaman and the
Shadow
Lion.
Shaman and Lion.
They've been dead for way too long.
So yeah, there's very few support heroes in Dota that have 2 disables, let alone a hex and another stun. And especially when you consider Ember Spirit, Void Spirit,
They're-
Quap, all
yeah.
these super high mobility, like
All right,
Riki
so,
even.
so, so
Yeah.
why
You kill
aren't
them.
they? Why aren't they drafted? There must be a reason, right? They're so immobile in the laning stage.
I think
they're
it's just
very
'cause
weak.
we're not there in the cycle, though.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
Eventually we will, but the problem is we've seen it. A couple of teams did try for the Shadow Shaman, for the Lion, and usually what happens is the laning stage itself is so difficult that they never reach those items that are necessary for them to be executing these disables, these catches.
Maybe the boots change will help them out. Rasta specifically was a lot weaker because you have, I think, 285 base, 280 base.
Now
So-
you can buy boots instantly as fire.
Exactly. And maybe that changes things. But I'm just a fan of the heroes because they also, you have 2 methods of lockdown, you have methods of wave clear, and you've got ultimates that have high impact in team fights. Rasta Ward's finger, whatever it is. And not many support, like no other supports can say that. So
Okay.
they're one of those heroes, I like this phrasing of volatility because you know what these heroes will give you. If they cast their spells in a fight, it's going to be reliable, you can bank on it, and they're going to fit with and mesh with a whole bunch of different heroes. You compare that to something like, what's an example of... I can't think of any like supports that are like Warlock. I guess is more hit or miss.
Phoenix, Warlock.
Yeah, like stuff that it's if you're against counters, if people can remove fatal bonds, your hero just feels worthless.
Yeah, but the secret, they opted to ban out the Phoenix. They did not want to play against that once again because Insania just plays that hero so well. And out of these two, I don't see the real Insania signature overall, the Shadow Demon or the Grandma. On the other hand, we have an Abaddon as well. Not really a hero that we see very often too.
It's really nice here though. You got a lot of cheap stuns to remove. and
Versus the Shadow Demon as well, the shield is really great.
it's the same concept, Abaddon, what he's missing. He's a great team fighter, but much like an Omni, you don't have any real lockdown, but you have a Lion. So now you have this beefy support style offlaner to combine with the squishy but super high lockdown the YapzOr hero. So it just meshes with what they're doing. Plus, great synergy with the Chen.
Your sustain is through the roof with
Yeah.
the Chen, right? You have the Chen heal, you have the sustain coming
Extra
from the
damage on
Abaddon.
towers when you get the mark on it.
Exactly, you can always get that off. There's a silence as well that comes into play if you manage to hit Ember enough times
Yeah.
as well. Same goes for all of these supports. Interesting Abaddon pick. We don't really see it way too often because the hero, there are better offlaners right now that are being picked, such as Mars has been banned out though. So Pango as well completely ignored in this series. By the way,
Interesting.
wasn't
Yeah.
banned out in the first banning stage in the last game.
And I'm guessing at the moment, right, Lone Druid is not going to be a fit now for Liquid if they've been thrown off it, or it's still a possibility?
It's still pretty good. I will say.
Still possible. And
Yeah.
he said they're gonna pick it if it's not banned. Right? So is Blitz a liar?
Well, he said that a few months ago. Maybe they're looking to branch out, but I mean,
He's had his fun, He's done a couple of months of riding it.
I think it demonstrates some of the respect that Liquid have for Secret that they're not just straight up first tuning it. Because I will say, Puppy's gotten flack for letting Comfort Heroes go. I would always be afraid, especially after I gave him a game to study me, to pick that same hero again in my opener. And
They grab the Centaur, the Shadow Demon Centaur combo. Pretty
it's a
sick.
sick Broodmother game right now for Liquid.
For Liquid.
Yeah. And that's man, that's something I think that's another quote from Blitz. Like there's some mid players, I'll use Dendi as an example, that are honorable, right? You pick a Quap, they'll pick a Lina. You pick a Puck, they'll pick SF. You know, they'll play you straight up. Koifa is not honorable. Koifa does the equivalent of hitting you in the nuts in a street fight with his hero picks. And you know, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
The man broods, Huskars,
Everything.
Sniper.
Whatever is needed, yeah.
It's fine. Hey, whatever it takes to win the game.
That's what it's about, right? If they've not banned out, if it's an option for you to pick, then hey, if you can make it work, why not? You may as well go in for it. But so far, are you more satisfied with what you're seeing here compared to how you made the comments of them being wonky, potentially they still made it work?
Team Secret's lineup is far away from that in the first game. Like far miles away. It has these two supports that you can really read well. The offlaner is your stable offlaner. The mid lane Void Spirit.
so
If
nice.
it's mid,
I really like it. It's hard to explain. Like
well-rounded. You
That's
see it and you feel like everything is there, everything you need, and your last pick can be pretty much whatever is necessary for the enemy team.
I feel every draft is like a band coming together, and each hero represents like a different instrument, and it's hard to explain without a podcast for like 20 minutes. But
Carl, we can do a
hear the
podcast.
rhythm in this secret lineup.
We already know us three can do a podcast. We've already solved it.
That's true.
The Carl Lizard and
It's
Bank
doable.
podcast
It's
where everyone
doable.
wants.
Yeah, we gotta wait. We got like only a couple heroes left. Another last band, Monkey King from Secret. No surprise. If you got this Chenna bad, and you can't give him that huge AOE tower protection.
What do you think Liquid's likely to go for here, Carl?
Question is Ember, right? The thing is, where is Ember going, right? Is it going to be their safe lane or mid? Pretty much where it comes down to.
Still focus on Kyle. Anyway, you know production.
So, Kyle.
Production's had one of these days, right, where the last 2 days have been really late. We get the crazy kitten, and now we just get focus on Kyle, you know.
Turn to Liquid.
No.
Okay.
So it's the same concept as the monkey in a way.
It's because of the
mid-game.
Abaddon, though, right?
Yeah.
Like the laning stage is really strong for the Gyro versus the Abba as well.
I don't know though. I love the secret win, by the way. We're in the third game. Abaddon kind of owns Gyro because you just tank all the damage. Gyro can't turn it off. You run at him. There's no real answer to the Alk. In theory, Vessel on the Ember and a Shadow Demon could kill him a few times. But yeah, Secret win this game.
And that is because...
Look at the EHP, the effective health of the Secret lineup. Chen with the regen boosting, right? You have Alchemist with the self regen, Abaddon to cleanse off the Spirit Vessel and the stuns, and Gyro is your hard carry here. There's no way they're gonna get slaughtered.
I think most importantly is the Alchemist last pick, but Ember, can you itemize against that? You can get that Vessel, which will mitigate the heals coming from Chen as well. Eventually, if Gyro gets...
it's just a better draft. Carl's like, it's done.
No, I don't think that it's necessarily that one-sided as he's putting it. Alchemist obviously as a last pick just throws any team
But
off.
tell me why Liquid could win then, Lizard. What's the positives we can look at in Liquid then against what Carl's saying?
You have the Shadow Demon with Soulcatcher versus the Alchemist. That can help Vessel from the Ember. Gyro is definitely strong enough to carry later on. You have the Flag Cannon versus Chen Creeps. I'll still go with Secret. I think their Alchemist isn't going to lose. But I'm just saying there are some positives. It's not as grim and dire as he's making it seem.
At 15, 20 minutes, Alk is going to have Radiance BKB. Abaddon is going to have Vlad's HOD pipe, 2 of the 3.
Yeah.
Void Spirit's going to have a Deso. Chen is going to have a mech.
It's a fair point.
What do you do?
It's a difficult game.
Centaur, Gyro have to focus on their own item progression. Ember has to go for a Spirit Vessel. So you can't afford these teamfight items. You don't have any method of heal. You're just going to get alked.
So you're both going for Secret as far as I'm aware of this. It seems to be the definite decision here. But Toby and Misery are standing by. And guys, you may as well just not bother commentating this game, right? We may as well just go to a first straight away from what these guys are saying. What do you think?
We were just wondering to know when Kyle would stop talking. So life can move on. But it's good. We're here, and Secret versus Liquid is about to begin, and we will continue to talk for a very long period of time after this game as well, just so Kyle, once again, we cut into his time. But thank you very much, boys. Thank you very much to the analysts. Thanks, Lizard. And I'm here with the real men. Hi, Misery. You actually don't mind this Team Liquid draft.
I think the drafts are fairly even. I mean, before the Alchemist pick, I was like, okay, Liquid's draft is really solid. Overall, I think they have pretty much everything they need for a good draft. The Alchemist, like I mentioned to you as well, does kind of break it a little bit because, like, I don't know, these heroes, they are a bit slow. They need a lot of levels and stuff. And this Alchemist Radiance BKB timing does you know, it's scary, like in general. But I don't know. I still think Liquid can do it. They played pretty well the first game, so
yeah,
it's also kind of a nice Ember game.
Let's see how the laning phase goes. Like I do, like, personally, I hate Alchemist games. I got to cast a whole bunch of SCA games recently, and it was Alchemist in every second game, and every single time I was like, all right, how many bounty runes? Let's do the count. How much money is coming? When's it coming? How much of it's effective, etc., etc. But it always makes me feel more positive when the lanes look better.
Alchemist isn't what it used to be, I think. It's not like in the past where you kind of just picked Alchemist and it was auto win. You have to still make good plays and stuff with this hero. And people also figured out how to play against it, you know, much better than in the past. So
yeah, can you just kite around it if you're Team Liquid? Like, you've obviously Team Secret have a lot of answers, like things like Searing Chains, but you have Stampede. You got the ability to get yourself out of the fight if that's what you want to do as well.
I think it's more a matter of just not letting him have this insane free farm where he gets this typical 20k net worth versus Gyro's 10k net worth type of thing, right? Like, that's what you want to avoid. If it gets to that, you know, it's going to be difficult. But keeping him down is more what I'm talking about here, and he is pretty shit in lane. Like, Ben Alchemist, they're just gonna hit creeps. They won't have any aggressive potential at all. So it's a free lane for SD and Centaur here. Same for mid lane. It's a nice lane for Ember, and top lane too. I imagine Gyro's gonna have a decent time as well. So
he's been living life on the edge. He keeps running at Zai and just triggering the flat cannon, so Insania and Mickey can just do as much spell damage as they possibly can. Now at least you get the cookie jump forward, and the Rocket Barrage. Yapso is low. Insania, one more attack. No, he'll need two. Yapso got some extra life. Good juke it around the tree lines, but no, gets body blocked up by Zai. He had to come back out again. And Insania will finish the job. So first blood goes to the safe lane of Team Liquid.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Zai really blocked him. I think he was in trouble either way.
He was dead anyway, right?
Yeah,
Matumba's in a little bit of trouble on bottom lane. Actually, he's okay. That's only 2 points of level 1 Shadow Poison. He's fine.
Yeah. So can they... Another thing is, like, is Secret able to defend their tower this game against the Centaur? Because, like, Centaur with a good lane, you know, he's gonna, you know, go get a fast Vanguard or some tank item and then start tanking the tower. And if you can't defend them, they're gonna fall very quickly. And the map's gonna seem very small for Secret all of a sudden.
Boxy can get off to a good start, that'd be nice. Got the 2 ring of protection so he doesn't have to care so much about the acid spray. Careful of couriers whenever Puppy's on the field. That little set of banisher of Puppy was looking very intently at the bottom lane courier. How's that mid lane matchup looking? Koifa 20-1. Looks like the CS is pretty even. Except Nisha. Okay, now you look at it. Koifa pull back in. Nisha's got a hell of a lot of damage, but not enough to finish the job. But Koifa is not a healthy man.
For Koifa right now, because he doesn't have a salve, and he chose to go for Blightstone level 1, I believe, into Wraith Band. So Nisha already has his bottle, and there's a rune coming up in 30. So it looked like it could be pretty dire for Koifa if Nisha gets a rune here.
Yeah. Gonna play around Remnants, one attack of grab and Matumba. Oh, that's a lot of poison damage from Tiger. Drop Matumba down to about 70 HP. But one charge just bring him back up again. Same with the South. Can't say the same about Puppy. One more Shadow Poison's gonna connect, but no, it's a little bit off target, so Puppy will be able to survive. Even with the refresh, it doesn't get the second charge on him, only refreshing the first charge. And the Rune's Illusion for top. Yapsaw is protecting it, so Nisha can go and grab it.
Yeah. So now he's a bit more than 150 goldish away from bottle, and he's gonna be able to get it here, it looks like, but so it's not as bad as it could have been. Quick will be fine. Bot lane was kind of a nice trade-off for Secret there, because they used a lot of resources to try to get a kill both on Natsu and Poppy, and none of them ended up going down. So SD had to walk all the way back to base to refill mana. And Matsu gets soul XP as well, so he's like really enjoying his time now on Alk.
Free lane's always a good lane. This needs a little bit more money, as all alchemists do. Yabsor's a little bit on the run from Insania. Insania's still got a cookie available, and Mickey. Looks like he's not that interested in getting involved at the moment. And so everyone looks towards the bounty runes, because hey, it's an alchemist game. And that's number one. Poppy decides not to go for the second. In fact, he's on a smoke ward mission at the moment. They'll let Quofa take the bounty rune for his bottle charges, but top lane, Zai, underneath the tower, the homing missile will be able to connect, but Tumble loses his courier, and Zai will lose his life. That's a kill secure from Insania.
Yep. And yeah, I mean, Poppy could have actually gotten 4 there, but he didn't know that. He just assumed that somebody must have taken it, so he didn't go for the second one.
That would have really crippled Quofa too if he didn't get the bottle charges.
Yeah, would have.
Yabsor is a very lucky man. Tranquil boots, and to have a teammate like Zai, also a very lucky man. Oh god.
Well, Alk's game is definitely really good right now. He doesn't feel any pressure. Top lane.
Yeah, he tried to cookie jump away, but Nisha's rotation really caught Insania out. And a lot of heavy damage very fast, so nice way to move off the lane. Doesn't get the kill, just the assist, but on bottom lane, the SD disruption. Matumba, maybe you can battle him before 6, but only if you're willing to follow up with stuns and more damage, but you don't have anything in double edge, everything isn't to retaliate for Boxy. He's
I could actually challenge the TP there for bottom, but Nisha ended up cancelling it, and he has a haste on Ember, so expecting Ember to come and kill the Alchemist.
Definitely would have helped with the fight. Got a cookie stun up on top lane, followed up by the homing missile. Just easy chain stuns, and the shield's down for the moment. Now we'll come back up again. Insania dropping low. Mickey does need to finish the job, able to do so. Yapsor goes for the first stun as Insania, a little off target with a scatter blast, but Yapsor very happy to keep the damage coming his way. That's now the second death for this off lane Abaddon.
Yeah.
But overall, net worth is still going the way of Secret. You expect that with Matumberman safe laning, even though it's only 2 points up in Greevil's greed. Boxy and Tiger doing everything they can to stop this pull, but now that haste rune's been triggered, but he came underneath the Radiant Obs. Matumba's already TPing to the mid lane. He actually just leaves straight away.
Yes, and so Chen is left alone bottom right now. Obviously, he can't recall somebody down there with him. I wonder if he's gonna just TP the Alk back down there. I don't think that's a good idea. But for now, Alk can actually just hold his own mid.
Maybe you give the safe lane to someone like Zaya so he can finish up the Vlads.
Yeah, or just Poppy just takes it, gets farmed himself, gets a fast mech, gets a fast 6. It's very good this game.
That can work. Top lane, Zaya's coming in, cookies up from Insani, but that just allows Yabs to get the stuff under the cooldown. Liquid try and fight, it's like regeneration from tower, please provide. Zaya wants to move forward, Mickey on 44 HP, turns for a rocket barrage and a flag cannon trying to give some extra damage so they can finish off Zaya so he will not die in vain, but Insani and Koifa, they are checking the wrong direction. Zai is headed towards the east. Yamsur and Nisha have already managed to get the hell out of here, and Zai has bought so much time, he's able to salve up and walk it off like a stitch.
Yeah, all of this is really good for Secret. It plays exactly into how they want to, the typical Alchemist game. And Alchemist found an illusion rune. He's going to look to stack up some camps for himself as well. So, yeah, it's definitely going after the plan, and if they don't do something about this, if they don't somehow change the way it's going, it might end up being that game we talked about, that typical Alchemist game that has way too much net worth compared to everyone else. Just 1-on-1 versus 5.
As long as you can put it into something useful, I think that's always the saddest part, where Alchemists just don't do anything for the team. They just get kited out. At least by an Aghanim scepter. You got a lot of good ones.
Puppy's doing a really good job here bottom lane. He just took over a couple of range creeps and is now just sitting here denying against Boxy.
Is under attack.
And I think they need to make an aggressive play down here. Like, I don't think they can allow it to happen. But I'm not sure if they can just dive.
Maybe once Koif like finishes phase, he can get down there. But top lane, Secret are keeping the attention away. Like, here's your jump from Nisha. Snapfire, Yapasol working with him. Perfect hex, perfect control. And now Koif, he's making a move like he's coming for the 10-minute runes, but there are 3 heroes from Team Secret coming with a creep wave for this. This is not happening.
Yeah.
At least you'll end up having a 2-for-2 rune trade-off. Still kind of favors the Alchemist when this happens, especially when Alchemist can get a double damage rune, just to increase that farm speed he's already going through the roof with.
Yeah, no, it's
Got
actually...
golems and everything he wants.
Matu is literally free farming, stacking cast, taking middle wave, and also checking blood rune every time.
Poppy, Boxy's trying to fight this one out. Boxy, he's got the mana to stampede. That's why they're trying to drain it back out of him. He's still got just enough mana to get there if he wants to burn it, but actually with the help of Tiger, feeling confident to stay alive. Poppy's losing part of his army. The TP support came, Hand of God was burnt. Searing Chain plus Cookie's done. Nisha having real trouble getting away from Koifa, who just spirit commits in. Matubberman, there's no follow-up stuns, and that double damage rune looks scary, but that's all. Now it's Mickey who gets himself a free lane up on top, and a little bit of damage in with the catapult wave to the tier 1. I'm wondering too what at one point Koifa actually picks up this bounty rune. he's gonna fountain jump instead.
Yeah. I don't even know if they know it's still there. They might have just forgotten about it at this point.
Yeah, so if they get aggressive, you'll find it. Same with Zai.
Yeah.
Smoke up.
If nobody runs in there, they'll eventually
Zai's going to show himself. Zai's fist series change from Koifa. Zai just shields. And looks like Snapfire just play the range game. Alright, now they remember the bounties there.
Yeah, they were like thinking, okay, we gotta go bully this out now, let's smoke up. Then they smoke up and they just run into Zai, and it's, you know, it's an Abaddon, so you're done there. Like, there's nothing you can do. And Matsu has a relic already, he's close to Radiance, and it's 12 minutes. You know, this is
Oh, that cookie. That's off target. Let's go for one to get the hell out of there. Insania. It's a good scatter blast, good dodge with illusion rune picked up from the Ember Spirit. Was able to dodge the attack of Lion. And now it's Team Secret, who's ganking goes begging. And bottom lane, Boxy
here.
Yeah,
that's pretty good for them.
This is what he's meant to do, right? Like, that's why he went like a 2-0-4-1 build. Get Retaliate up and just beat the crap out of a tower. Reduce the area farm for our Alchemist.
Yeah. Well, I wonder if they could have kept defending that tower. I don't know when that happened, that Chen is not there anymore and stuff, but very nice for Liquid. They get to open up the map. Centaur is, I guess he's gonna rush Blink this game, so they can be aggressive. And he's gonna have
found that target. Mickey and Sadie needs to try and help out here, a cookie or something. Get that gyrocopter away, get some of that online. Now Mickey, well, the finger of death comes out, so welcome to your plus damage. Yapso will lose his life. He's just standing his ground inside the Mortimer's Kisses. Thanks to the searing chains of Koifa. Nisha also down low, but hey, you got Zai. So easy support to get away. A 1-for-1 trade-off, but call for support. Maybe not so happy about that if you're Team Liquid, especially when it's your gyrocopter.
So Blink on Centaur now. But they can get something done. Radiance on Elk. And Insania is like drawing towards mid tower right now, so Liquid's gonna look to be aggressive here.
Radiant's middle tower.
Good damage if they can find initiation. But at the same time as the Radiance, he said like over on Matumba, they saw it.
I think he needs to be careful of fighting. I think he just needs to throw down the acid spray here, maybe defend the tower.
Yeah, I don't have Mortimer's Kisses available either.
No.
Chen's not in the fight, but he does have Hand of God. But his mech isn't there, and there's no TP for Poppy. It's currently coming on the courier, so he can't get there. They find the Syrian chains, isolating the Abaddon, but as you said, it's not really a fight. Borrowed time will trigger. Double horse stomp. It's good for Boxy if they've got an extra follow-up. Koifa, Syrian chains is 1 more second left. They'd love to have a crack at Abaddon with a shield down, but Seems like the rest of Liquid are just dazzled by centaurs.
But you can kind of see what we were talking about during the drafting phase, how with Abaddon, right, being pretty good against Ember in a game like this, where you can just keep taking off these sealing chains, and then when you have this win condition as Alchemist, you're never really in trouble of dying. You keep baiting people in, and here again, normally, like most heroes would have died, but Abaddon just.
Yeah, he just stands his ground.
Hard to take down. Yeah.
Remember when he used to be support you buy the blink daggers and the ether lenses, anything you can to make sure you're in range to save your allies. But now it feels like it's even stronger, just to run forward and do it. And more fun for the bounty runes.
Yeah. So Liquid gets 3 here. It's decent for them.
This is nice for Big K
right now.
Yeah, he needs this. He needs that. He's actually going straight into BKB. Do you like that over like the normal like Aghanims kind of style gyrocopters that you get? Or is it just a telling tale of where this game's at?
I'm not really sure. I guess by going BKB, he's thinking, we're going to take a fight with this BKB, and then hopefully we win the fight, and then we can kill this Alchemist, right?
Yeah.
I think it's hard. Either way, it doesn't feel so good. Going Aghanims is very slow. Going like Maelstrom, then you're really squishy. Going like BKB, then you have like first item BKB. So it's just a hard spot, I think, to be in. The way it's been going.
Anisha, he's coming a long way forward, but he's got a haste rune, so I think he feels fine, especially with the blade mail.
I guess at this point they need to, I don't know, they need to just kind of play for a later game. I think it's hard to be aggressive into Secret now. Like Alchemist is gonna have this BKB, it's inevitable.
Can you play late game against an Alchemist style lineup? That feels like you're just asking for like a financial crisis.
I mean, normally you can play late game against it. It's just you need to make sure you don't get
mid for the fight. Yeah, so it's going to stay in close with the Hawk Stomp and the initial stun, trying to make sure that Voice Spirit goes down. Once again, the Cookie Stun, not exactly what they want it to be. And SD caught out, disruption will happen. No, it's a little too late. Stampede to victory, also not work out. Benicia, the Blade Mail helping to try and kill off Insania. The Hand of God and Mech Charges give so much more sustain to Secret. Benicia will still end up going down, but the tier 1 tower of Secret remains alive, and that fight happened without the BKB of the Alchemist or his Chemical Rage.
Yeah. But normally, you can play against Alchemist when he's really farmed and his team aren't, and your 3 cores are keeping up. This game, however, his cores are normally, under normal circumstances, they're doing all right. But this is not normal circumstances, right? There's this Alchemist who is more than doubling the net worth of everybody. So, yeah, it's one of those classic out games that are successful Alchemists. It's
We're going to go bottom lane again. Bob Stomp from Boxy, that's well off target. He should just backed up to the tier 2. Boxy wants to go for a round 2 here. And you're feeling very confident while Hoof Stomp's on cooldown. And Mickey is the man who's been charged with defending the mid lane. Very difficult for anyone to get close. The creep waves just get evaporated. It feels like Liquid at least keeping themselves in the game for now. Obviously, they're not stopping Matumba. Doesn't feel like anything can stop Matumba. But can they actually stop Secret from taking their mid tier 1?
I mean, if they bring 5, they definitely can. It's just like Secret's main objective is not to take the tower, right? It's just kind of
looking for SD. He has to go defensive disruption. The follow-up long-range Lion Sun. He's waiting for the Finger of Death. Yapzor actually pulled it back. I think he was hoping for the bonus 40 damage buff up, but he'd have to kill Secure against Nisha. And that is restraint I don't think I've ever seen from Yapzor. Maybe save it for a better hero. There's your Cookie jump forward. Hex is out. Ember Spirit's waiting. The Remnant pulling back Insania. Matumba's able to get the stun over on the Ember Spirit with the Finger of Death. That's why you save it. Koifa gets exploded. Snapfire. That was just Well, you thought you were going for Snapfire, but you got the better choice. And you'll even take an ancient stack from Tubberman. Sure.
Yep.
Now, this game feels like it's running away with Team Secret. Like, how does Liquid stem this?
I'm not sure, man. I'm kind of running out of clever things to say here. I feel like we're just watching Alchemist get more and more rich, and Liquid Cat doesn't really have an answer. Yeah, I mean, ideally what you would want this game is to Ember to kind of snowball a bit more and run at the Alchemist, and then you kill the Alchemist a couple of times, before 6 maybe even, and then, you know, the game is on Liquid, but like, that didn't happen. I don't know if it even should happen this game, probably not, so it's rough.
Mm-hmm. At least one upside. Boxy. Yeah, that town's gonna attack you. Fill up a couple of retaliate stacks, but Brad said is at least the bounty runes aren't always going the way of Team Secret. In fact, I think it's always, like, as a max, it's been a 2-2 trade.
I guess the Liquid wants to, you know, at some point Secret is gonna want to do Roshan or you know, take some kind of timing with either with AC or, you know, maybe AC plus one more item.
Yeah,
and that's kind of Liquid's chance to maybe get something done.
They really need to. Well, it's now. It's now.
It's right now.
Matumba's really been waiting for the Assault Cuirass. This is actually not too bad. The Desolator was on the Ember Spirit. The Mythical Hammer is flying out in the Courier at the moment.
Yeah, this might
at least then they can play around like the lower armor of the Alchemist. I say lower is still pretty decent, but Spirit Vessel's up, Desolator is up, but they've got to get there.
Done yet. Actually, he's still missing some goals, so this is a little bit maybe rushed by Secret. It could give an opening to Liquid, but we'll see. I mean, Secret's 5-man is still so strong with all these heals and Abaddon saves.
Yeah, he's getting so much armor just by standing in, and you got magical resistance, of course, and the Vlad's aura, divine favor, then the mech. And that's also before like the BKB comes in. But maybe there is an answer from Team Liquid. The funny thing is they need to kill before the Spirit Vessel's even going to be useful. So they need to actually start the fight off with a bang. But a BKB and a Gyrocopter, Snapfire who can play from a high ground position. Yeah. Centaur's ready to go as well. Blink Dagger is up. He doesn't have anywhere near the Crimson Guard. In fact, doesn't even have the Vanguard. Either way, not a lot of guards.
He's not really, he's not smoked or anything, so it's kind of hard for Centaur to initiate here. We'll see. I guess they're going to wait for Ember to come and slide.
At least Liquid know what's going on. They have the Observer Ward down, so they throw in the Mortimer's Kisses to begin with. The Blade Mail, try and return as much of the damage as possible. Side will drop lower. It dissuades Team Secret from staying in Roshan for the moment. But now Mortimer's Kisses is on cooldown for 1.5 minutes.
Yeah, and Alchemist just like runs bottom. He's gonna recall again.
And maybe I finish my Assault Cuirass. Then we do Roshan.
I wonder if you're cheeky now, Liquid, you smoke into Roche, but I don't know if
that'd be pretty ballsy. Do they have damage?
Yeah, they have Deso, Gyro, or it's half HP, right? Obviously, I'm not sure if they even scouted it. They must have, but I mean, anyway, that's not gonna happen. It would have just been a cool play. They would have gone for it.
Mm-hmm. And so they're trying to finish up the rifles. The Vanguard is now done over on Boxy. It'll take care of the bottom lane momentum that Matumba did begin. Okay, so they're TP back the Centaur now. So we're taking care of the bottom lane. Get back into the fight. I think he did that pretty fast, so I think Secret actually caught a glimpse of it. And they have their own Observer Ward planted down as well. So if Liquid try and fight from this northern ramp, they're going to get caught out. Unless, do we have a sentry? No, we don't.
But Liquid are pretty strong now. I mean, Secret...
They're going to fight.
Yeah, Secret should be a little careful maybe in this fight, because Liquid's timing is okay right now. But, I mean, not really careful, just... Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I think it's a good chance Secret might just crush Liquid here, but...
Here we go. Blink looking for the stun, able to find it over on Boxy. Tiger will be there for the disruption. He'll actually get a copy of the Alchemist who jumped in with a finger at Boxy, trying to survive. He actually lets the Stampede go, but doesn't get much more out of it. Side of fist steering change, combining with a call down Mickey. He doesn't actually have Flat Cannon available for the homing miss up. Chen may go down. No, the hand of God and the mech both come off. Puppey, he will not be able to run away to safety, but the life and time it gave means that Mickey becomes priority target number 1 that Nisha is able to finish the job on. All that fight happened within that full duration of the BKB. And now Team Secret can go back to Roshan and finish the job they started. They just don't have the heals. They don't have the chemical rage.
Yeah, I mean, Liquid's like the only way they really take a good fight is if they're kind of all together. An Alchemist runs in, gets disrupted, and he has to pop BKB and like, yeah, I don't know, not like that.
That feels like that's how they started, right? Like Matamba jumped in, he got disrupted, he had to pop BKB.
No, the Centaur kind of just died, right?
Yeah.
And then he used Stampede, and then they went on Chen, and then Matsu just killed everyone. So he has an Aegis now as well. Now it's time for Liquid to think about ratting and trying to avoid fighting at all costs. Try to do some creep cutting and like be really annoying. Try to get your net worth closer to that 2-3 item timing of Gyrocopter and then maybe take a fight then. Or try to get a free kill on Chen here, maybe.
Having missiles out, but look who's right behind. Yabsor starts with the Hex over on the Gyrocopter. No BKB out from him. They get the instant stun, following up the Finger of Death. They don't have enough damage to find that quick kill. And combining with Call Down, BKB, Mickey kind of wants to stand and deliver. It's insane if the Yabsor is the trade-off, and the BKB timings, but Koifa wants more than that. He wants Puppey, but Puppey's pretty finished. Greaves, you can't even control him. Centaur stampedes, but links up to the tier 1 tower. Okay, he'll get out. Koifa needs a side of fist steering change if he's going to stop the bounty from being picked up, but that won't happen. In fact, now he gets silenced. He's got 1 remnant available, but the penitence is down. And you know with the extra step, Nishis is going for the extra bounty rune. More money, more money, more money.
Did get to kill off Yapso though. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, like the Jar has to use BKB, so not really that much of a win for Liquid, but they keep the game going at least. Alchemist is gonna walk down bot lane now, they're gonna go tier 2 as well, I imagine. Maybe Liquid will look to fight there.
Can they really fight into an Aegis Immortal Alchemist?
Probably not that much, but at the same time, they don't really have anything else going for them right now.
So no choice, rock in a hard place.
Well, I think it's one of those times where it's like we can't really fight, you know. But like Boxy kind of think they should.
They go for the
maybe wants to, but yeah.
Actually, no. You see Koifa just cutting the wave under the tier 1 tower.
The problem when you start not defending these towers is that they will just go next and then next, and then next.
And they go to tier 3 and they kill Insania. But some of it just blinks forward with Concoction. That's an easy kill. At least Lick will get one thing. They'll be able to take that T1 tower in the top lane, finally. I know it's a small thing, but hey, we always try and look on the bright side of life in a cast.
Yeah. So bot lane, I mean middle lane is cut, so there's no creeps there, so they have to go with the bot wave here. And I imagine they're just gonna poke high ground. And,
yeah, that's cute with Tumblr. Insane, like they're trying to use the illusions of SD to kill off the Observer Ward that just got planted down, and Tumblr just blinks forward and destroys it. Now Nisha will step himself forward to go after Boxy. Not as much life as you think to get through. 2400 on a Centaur feels almost squishy, but homing missiles going to Matumba. He's got BKB as well as the Aegis Immortal. They get the destruction timing a little bit off. The homing missile was going to connect, but Matumba now the BKB. Mickey, they can't use many of those Mortimer's kits to get any kind of damage because there's too much immunity. Matumba's the front liner, just standing and delivering the tier 3 tower to death. And now he'll do the same to the melee racks and Liquid. You've got 5 heroes here that has to do something. The Aghanim Interceptors on the Gyrocopter, that's one new addition at least, but a taunted back Boxy. The melee rank to try and protect it. You've still got to get through the Aegis to the Immortal. Matumba just shields up. Boxy gets the double stun. Can they get the back lines? Another cookie stun. Nisha and Abaddon both being stunned up for the moment. But Matumba still keeps going with objective-based gaming. The melee ranks is gone. The control with the finger of death puts Mickey down. He doesn't have buyback thanks to the buyout. And now bottom right lane of ranks is taken. They could rotate towards the mid, and it looks like Team Secret are ready to try and send this whole series to a game 3.
Yeah, certainly looks like it.
Boxy, you can see he wants to. He wants to go for the double stomp, but look at Zai's positioning and Yabsol's positioning. And in fact, they just jump in. Snapfire defensive disruption has to be used by Tiger. He wants to use it on the Alchemist. And he's got a couple of copies of a hero that can fight the Snapfire jump away. She'll live on 160 HP, but the mid-rax is already toast. Team Secret got more than what they needed.
Such an awkward hero against a hero like Void Spit, right? Like these slippery spirits. You have this clunky centaur where, you know, you better be smoked or coming from fog, hitting your stun. Or there's no way you're gonna hit it.
Just don't know how you play it. Dire Observer 1 at least is able to see Lion. I don't even know if you get much out of the kill. Like, okay, yeah. Team Secret down 25,000 ahead in gold. It's only about 7,000 in experience, and we just can look for the next throw shot if Team Secret want to be safe about it, but Liquid aren't waiting. They 5-man smoke up, they run down mid, they know they need something. Poppy just brought Alchemist into the fight. The smoke will break. They don't see up the hill, and they start to fight over on the Alchemist. He's got no chemical rage, and maybe you can get the kill. Oh, wait. BKB up. Abyssal Blade's done. Gyrocopter's damage goes out the window. And I think the hopes of Liquid taking this game too, it kind of goes with it. They can just run down mid-secret and end this, and if Liquid have worked this out, they'll just tap that 2 buttons together. GG. Game is done, and we have ourselves a third. I don't know if you got much more to say on that, Mystery. It did kind of feel like a march to the end, but...
You said all there is to say there, and I think... we saw how the game went, right? Like...
Yeah, we did. We did. And you know what? That's a great segue when nothing more is to be said.
5 seconds remaining. Team Liquid.
Enchantress, Infurion, and Earthshaker completely ignored series after series after series.
I think it's what he just said. It's not about working hard. It's about working smart enough. That's where it comes down to. Most of these players don't know how to even accomplish that.
That's a crazy thing, though, and that's more on them, right? Like you can be in this great position, but if you don't take the opportunity to the max, then yes, you won't get to see this end result. Like that's why I can see the night and day difference between when we see some of these games on here and then the different excitement you guys bring when the rest of it comes in. Back to draft time, definitely we'll get into that. But Carl, one day we'll continue the podcast. I want to know if there's any hope for NA. Maybe we just send Carl back to teach everyone. I don't know.
The last NA hope you can.
The last NA hope
you can
Kyle.
Even PPD gave up on him. He's like, you know what? I'm out of here. He left to Europe.
And now you're in Europe as well, so yeah, you've done the same. How different are your games though, playing EU CIS games compared to your NA games, even just playing solo?
It depends. Some are better. I think the overall, what's nice is the queue times are so much faster.
Okay.
The player base in NA just isn't there, which is part of the issue. So multiple times, multiple different players have tried to put together in-house leagues to provide quality games for these NA players, get the scene going, and everyone just starts flaming each other, refusing. I don't want to get into it. We couldn't make it more than 2 months, okay? 2 months is like the longest we've got an in-house league going.
Speaking of,
and that was with like $15,000 of prize pool every month. That still wasn't
even an in-house league, by the way, for the UK. That's saying something. We have one in the UK, and then they can't get it going.
There's one from Puppy as well being constructed right now, if I've seen that properly. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
In a year or two, especially because of the changes Valve have made with support for the Tier 2 scene, South America is going to outpace North America.
Oh, really?
18 months from now, South America will be a better region.
Someone clip it, make him own it. Let's see what happens in 18 months' time. So this banning phase, we're going to see Druid maybe come into the actual picks this time around, or they just respect it again? How's it going to work?
Team Secret didn't ban it the last game. I don't think they're going to ban it here as well. Maybe they will, but why? If they didn't pick it the last time, it proves that you have some idea of how to counter it, and some of your picks really didn't allow Team Liquid to go for that lone Druid.
Wouldn't be surprised to see them Tusk here to try and deny it from Secret. I think that's a hero you want to just keep out of Yapzor's hands.
Okay.
Chen Ench in the pool as well, but we'll see. You could also do something kind of YOLO with Necro Pugnaband. Timber first pick becomes possible.
Seconds remaining.
Bristle pretty sick as well, but Timber first pick very good. They also played a bit of Mirana here and there on that position 4, and surprisingly it worked out really well for them with that Oracle on Insania, and then pretty much it opens up what you can go for that core of yours, something like a Troll or a Huskar for Koikva. Possibilities right now are endless, pretty much. The Chen, the Enchantress still in the pool. The Phoenix, obviously, still in the pool. Insania will grab this if he can play it.
Yeah. It got banned out last game as well, didn't it? We saw it in the first, banned out in the second.
I like this too because I keep bringing up the Tusk, but Chen Tusk specifically is very weak against Phoenix because you don't have any method of hitting egg, and the AoE damage provides like this super strong team fight, and you can also dive away from the shards. So you don't really want to play Tusk into this. You also get outlaned. So it's just a great hero for Liquid, and I think that they're the stronger team when they have this team fight advantage. They really enjoy these big ults.
Mars is banned out, however. That's one of the rougher things for Liquid. Last time they played this Phoenix, or many times they played this Phoenix recently, it has been comboed with that Mars. This time around they won't have it, and I believe, how do you feel about Snapfire versus Phoenix? I don't see that. It's
Secret
pretty,
love the hero.
Yeah, it's pretty sick. Like literally, the egg is destroyed by your position 5. Your position 5 has this little shredder spell. It comes up to the egg. The egg is gone. So it's
like an SMG. You just run at that, goes for it, and
you spray the egg with that.
Spray it down.
Yeah.
I like it a lot here, and Secret comfortable playing it on both the 3, 4, and 5. Likely Puppy's hero, of course, but I think that you straight up counteract enemies mid.
Oracle instead.
Okay, works.
It's
same concept.
Mm-hmm. One thing about Oracle versus Phoenix is I hate playing versus it because he just needs to purge one core early on, and that core will kill your egg. That's it. So You dive in, you egg. Even if you have perfect 4 fire spirits on different heroes, he just purges one of them and your egg is dead. They follow up with the void spirit. Why not?
It just seems like it's one. They obviously value it, right? They keep first doing it, and again, once you saw the way OG utilized it yesterday, you've got to give it more respect. I think also the Ags build against Phoenix is really powerful.
The silence.
Yeah, it just feels like one of those heroes, because you have this built-in initiation or escape tool, you don't need to buy like a blink ever. You're always going to have that reach advantage, and you combine that with 2 of the best items on patch, whether you want to go for Blade Mail or Deso or even Yules into Ags. You hit this timing at like 9k, 10k net worth where your hero is just more powerful than pretty much any other you can think of in the game.
Well, you guys are telling me about the difference of how Void Spirit is being used, and definitely seems like the top teams are showing more use and how to get the most out of it in that sense. Are we going to get Mr. Axe on for Liquid?
I really like this because you already see the Oracle, right? Yep. And because of that, Axe is really good. You can't save people with False Promise. Also, the laning stage, you instantly understand that there will be no undyings or tasks following you around, hitting you. And so because of that, the Axe should have a decent lane, and the combo with Phoenix is one of the best.
You need to have disable that isn't cleansable. So even if you taunt someone, there's no way to remove it. Thus, you're going to keep that lockdown. You can count on the initiation. One of the frustrating things about Oracle, if you're playing something, let's say a Bat Rider, is you call for the initiation, your team enters, but the lasso is immediately cleansed off, and it's like, oh shit, this is not a fight anymore. But it's too late. Yeah. You've already called for the charge. And
you're in.
Yeah.
And you're stuck, and then you're going to be punished for it.
Exactly. It's like charging around a corner and getting flashbang.
Yes.
It's too late to turn around.
It's like, big rip.
Exactly.
It fits completely in Team Liquid's style of playing, right? Like their strategies always revolve around these big ultis, big combos on the offlane and position 5, and this is pretty much what opens up their draft for the last 3 picks. Right now you have completely covered your initiation and your team fight, and you have pretty much a lot of damage coming from them, plus you counter the Oracle. And now for these 3 last picks, countless possibilities.
Possibilities are endless. It's always a good position to be in. But again, we said under the teams that you guys didn't put as maybe the top teams within these divisions, right? They don't make these kind of choices, right? They're locking in a little bit earlier on and giving away their hand too early, which we're just not seeing in some of these greater games, which is, I guess, why you guys are enjoying everything so much more.
Definitely, but however, Team Liquid is giving away some of their hands here, but they're trading it because they believe in the teamfight potential that's coming from these 2 heroes. No, I stand corrected. But he does not care that Oracle is in the pool, in the pick. He's going to pick the Undying as well. Now, these 2 supports don't really look that great. Zai played, by the way, Undying on the offlane as well. But the main reason why this hero is picked here is, as Axe, your laning is just horrible.
Yeah. Even if you want to put it on Zai, what the hell does a Phoenix support do to Undying? Like, this hero is just unstoppable in the laning phase. And as he said, you already have this great matchup against the Axe. Typically, you see this Phoenix Undying relationship where they can be considered counters to each other in a way. Because to fight against Tombstone, you need some crazy, powerful structure type as well that you can throw down. The egg works. And to fight into the egg, well, it helps to have a Tombstone down. So it's kind of like see how the yin and yang work out here. But either way, cool pick. You don't see it very often, but again, this is what you can expect from Secret. He says it because it feels good here, and Secret agree. And that's a hero Harry Freak will be happy about. But that's
he's upstairs right now going, yeah, let's go, Liquid.
Oh, I don't know about that one, folks. I am not a fan.
Does this make the Phoenix position 4?
Or position 3?
Yeah.
I actually think
it's... you put Axe as 4 roaming around with hunger. I don't think that's an option. This Axe needs to be a core here. You're playing into an Oracle as well.
I got no clue.
What's their reasoning then behind this Witch Doctor pick? Because neither of you 2 are super sold on it.
I'm still trying to figure that out.
It doesn't have a place right now, does it?
No, to me, the issue is the hero's one-dimensional. All you deal is damage. You've got a mediocre heal, and you want to always take fights away from creep waves. And you compare that to the benefit of an SD and an Oracle. It's just night and day different.
My biggest concern about this Witch Doctor pick, if it's position 5, that leaves the Phoenix on 4. And now if you have Phoenix and Axe going on that offlane, you have Phoenix, like he looks like an intelligence hero, but it's strength. And then you have Undying just constantly decaying both of you.
You can do 1v2.
Yeah, he can 1v2 you easily.
Okay, so looking at what you said there, the abilities and the benefits of Witch Doctor are, what would you pick that's a better choice in that sense if you were Liquid? So going with this is what they're looking for.
I got no literally anything else. But again, I just don't understand the Witch Doctor. So until I can get a read on it, I'll always just not.
We still one game that's been won with Witch Doctor throughout this season so far?
I haven't.
Liquid and Insania, they're really good when it comes to finding out different position 5s that will fit the meta and fit the game. Even though sometimes it doesn't really look that great to us, they do find the right heroes. They're one of the first teams that started spamming Oracle again after that hero has been dead for a really long time. So maybe there is something in this Witch Doctor. Maybe they'll go for the heal build again or something similar. Morphling pick, it's Mickey's complete comfort zone. It's a hero that teams pick versus Gyro and versus Undying, because you can form into him, get that tombstone going for you.
You can also form into the Gyro, pop flat, kill all the zombies, and then zerg down the tombstone. Either way, it's just a great hero, especially when you have this hard combo break from the Axe. You got really nice team fight, and the Witch Doctor makes a bit more sense because it is one of the strongest laning support heroes. So you combine it with the Morphling, secure his game.
Team Liquid's draft so far looks pretty solid. The Witch Doctor, obviously, we are questioning, but the Morphling is on point. What does Secret need? It's an offlane, right? Oh, they ban out the Quap, so they're expecting what? They're expecting Void to be offlane, or
maybe just pick a Razor here. One of Koifa's comfort. Really good against the Gyro. You kind of want a BKB hero here against Secret.
Because Quap is banned, you think they're
I think it's either that or I don't think you want a strength hero. So you want something beefy. You want something that sort of just runs in forward.
There you go. You called it. Job. I mean, with the Quap ban, it's
Koifa,
that giveaway instantly. Yeah. They love the Razor. It also gives them a lot of early game potential to create that space for this Morphling to eventually come online and be that E-Blade one-shot on the Gyro.
Because now you have this scenario, and this is what I love to see out of teams that are playing as first pick, where now Secret have to address the Morphling.
Yeah.
But the Razor is also kind of uncountered, where you have this kind of free game. You go Yule's BKB, you link the Razor. That's a problem for Secret. So you have two problems to solve and only one hero to pick. Oof. And it's going to be tough here. I think...
Lina?
I could see Lina.
Versus Phoenix, good versus Morphling, good versus Razor in the lane.
Then they had Lino for game 1, that was their last pick as well.
What about Clinks?
Keep coming back to this, Clinks, you keep saying.
Nah, it's not great here. There's really not much that feels good, because Axe is annoying, Razor is really annoying in the lane. I'll be curious.
That's Razor.
I like that's just such a perfect pick. All three cores have a terrible time against the Bat. You already have your damage. You have team fight thanks to the Undying. Now you have the superior initiation and an advantageous matchup against any of the heroes Liquid put against you. So they sort of create problems, right? You can't solve the Razor or Morph, so now you just kind of one-up them and say, okay, well, you have bat problems now. Come and deal, because really, Liquid can't. They can't do a damn thing to the hero. And
I love this draft.
It's probably mid.
I really like the way they addressed the Razor.
And the Oracle has covered them from a potential Liquid bat the entire draft, because you can't pick bat against Oracle. I love this last pick from Secret, and it's really, once again, them finding that perfect pick, much like the Meepo against the last pick.
What do you think? Will Razor go mid versus the bat? Will they switch things around?
I honestly don't know. You might have to put Morph there, but that's miserable.
All right, guys. It's that magic moment. It's that magic time. Where are we going with this sort of final game?
Man, once again, I think Secret found that perfect pick.
Yeah.
I think they got this. Although, Morph versus Gyro. This game goes late enough. It's one of Mickey's specialties. Would not be surprised to see him just straight up win this game with one team fight.
Lizard, real quick for me. Where are we going?
I'll go with Liquid.
Okay, so we're having a split desk on here. And we're going to go and bring in Toby and Misery once again. How you guys doing?
We're doing good.
Now,
I like it
Toby,
when we split ourselves up.
because I don't care what you got to say. He made some comments about real men. No, I'm joking. I love you, Toby. We'll bring you back in. I just wanted to have some fun on your expense. Just while I had the chance, while I had the power, mate, you know.
That's fine, man. You've always got PUBG to fall back on.
I know, see, PUBG, CS, all these multiple games.
Valorant coming.
Valorant, you know, Dota, just everyone loves it. I seem to enjoy it.
It's
Toby.
Secret versus Liquid, game 3. Let's take it away. Talk about the Dota, goddammit, misery.
Hello? Yeah, so, I mean, we have another
Great
game,
talk.
and I think Secret are set up to win.
I'm getting too old for this horse shit.
You're in over your head.
Get off my lawn!
The tide has turned.
Make a big mess.
Shocking.
30 seconds.
Game that way, and that's not really what you want, I think. And then top lane's Oracle Bat is a very annoying lane as well for Morphling, I imagine. But it's a bit the same as first game. I think if Liquid get their levels and their timings, their heroes overall are better, I think. So see how it goes and how the laning phase plays out.
No, Misery, you make me a very happy man when you talk like this, because it makes it sound like a game is not in the bag. But there are ways where it can be either an outplay, and it's not an outdraft.
Usually there's always something you can do in Dota, right? I don't think... sometimes obviously there's outdrafts, but this is definitely not one of them. I think it's pretty even. It comes down to how the lanes play out and what the players are doing with their heroes, you know?
Can I just ask you just a quick question while the lanes start to settle themselves down? What do you think of this observer wall that gets planted down near that bottom outpost from the Radiant side? Like, what's the intention behind Puppy to actually throw something like that?
This is just to get vision from. He's expecting Axe and Phineas to cut, because he's probably also expecting that if they lane, he's gonna be happy as an Undying. But if they start cutting, it's nice for him to have some extra vision of what's going on, you know, of the Phoenix on a high ground, protecting the Axe or whatever it may be. So it's just nice to have a ward when you know you're gonna play against a cutting offlaner.
Wonderful. I was always wondering about that, because you see these very, very defensive wards, but can't always explain it. My god, Puppy's got so much damage. Won't dive under the tower against the Phoenix. Stick charges kept him alive just long enough, but 16 stolen strength against that Phoenix does not feel good.
Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, this is it's gonna be a hard lane for them for sure. Normally, I think. Yeah, go ahead.
Mickey's courier just got sniped out. Kind of ran the wrong place, and now another one. Insania had to body block Yapsaw, so he can't get in range to take out Insania's courier as well.
Yeah, just trying to make sure he can't pull, but he does get the pull off anyways.
Yapsaw will contest as much as he possibly can. This mid lane looks a lot even, like a lot more even than I thought it was going to be. I think their Sal's being burnt by Nisha, for sure. But 10-1 CS versus 9-3. Koifa's going to get ahead with the creep wave under the tower, but they're still better than I thought it was going to be for the Void Spirit.
So what happens when, let's say you start linking, I will see it now, and you just simulate, so it doesn't remove it right away, does it? The link stays, or? Actually, I haven't seen that before.
Holds for a second. Top lanes die. Well, this may be first blood. Maledict's pop should have to kill him off, and he knows it too. Trying to make his way towards the neutrals, but they won't get the last hit. Mickey feeling a lot of pressure. He had six sticky napalm charges on him. So it was worth the attempt, at least, from Batrider.
So one thing to consider about Batrider is that he's like uncountered in this game in the sense that there's no lasso counter, and the heroes he's playing is also really bad overall. There's a sticky napalm, but as a laning hero, Batrider is not that strong until he gets to a certain amount of levels. he has very low base damage, and people buy stick against him for obvious reasons, and then they don't really die to his combos. So what you usually want to do is something a VP are doing a lot recently, where they just start cutting, like you're gonna see Sai doing right now. He's gonna drag 2 waves together, and then he's gonna farm it, and then pretty much against anything you're gonna be able to get every wave. And we see the same Axe cutting bottom as well.
Yeah, with the double waves and Phoenix behind him, but that's when that observe what we talked about at the start begins, and Poppy knows what he has to play against. To answer your question, I was actually watching it. What happens with the Dissimulate versus the Razor? It doesn't instantly snap. In fact, he has to break the range distance for it to work. And Koifa, because the distance wasn't far enough away, when Nisha did do the Dissimulate, he came back out in the middle of the static link, so it was still going strong.
Yeah, so the lane is definitely going to start looking really rough for Nisha right now.
That's Dissimulate, feeling the pressure from the plasma field of Koifa. And Yapsok's just strolling through under the cover of an Invis room. Looks like he wants to do something about bottom lane. Tiger able to jump himself away. Puppy, I think he wants to stick around with it. And it's a level 1 soul rip. There won't be enough instant follow-up damage. 640 is the HP, but with no Icarus dive from Tiger, now he uses stick charges. Matumba will get the last hit in, and that'll finish the job.
Yeah, I mean, still Axe has really high CS here, so I wouldn't feel too bad if I was Liquid. They're actually getting quite nice out of these lane phase.
They're gonna give it a shot.
Yeah,
Going after Axe.
the Void Spirit's going to TP in mid as well.
Mm-hmm. More couriers getting sniped off. Koifa actually taking Zai's courier. And Mickey looking for a little bit of fun too. Waveforms forward, doesn't see Batrider up the hill. So Zai salving as quickly as he possibly can. Even with the delayed time now.
Dire's courier has been killed.
One thing to note is that there's a Yaps Oracle. I personally have not seen this before, as far as I remember. And it's something OG used to run, the 4 Oracle on JRX. It's kind of a long time ago, but so far he hasn't really been able to do that much. And it's not really their comfort zone, I think. So it's kind of who knows, right, what they've been practicing and stuff, but I just haven't seen it before.
Well, what's the advantage of actually having Oracle played in the 4 as opposed to just putting him in the 5? We know Poppy can play it, and we know the Absol. It's not that hard to play the Undying.
No, I think the main advantage here is that they saw an amazing Undying pick into Phoenix X, and they just went with that. Because they were second pick, they know Sai can play offlane Undying too, and then this is just how it ended up turning out.
So you just make the lanes work because of the heroes you picked during the draft.
Yeah, I think Yapso in this case just takes one for the team, perhaps.
Fair enough.
Bottom lane, X misspelled up.
Tiger's having a fine time just hitting into Puppy during all of this, but now Oracle will also arrive. Axe wants to get his TP out. That's not going to happen. Quick cancel as Yamso just continues his rotation. But that's 3 heroes. Yeah, Matumba has to TP back to the T1 tower before he misses out on too much. His net worth's not terrible. In fact, it's number 1 on the board. 3,000. Everyone else is pretty close. Batrider's the only core who's kind of falling behind the others.
Yeah, he's also pretty much solo experienced throughout the whole game so far. So he's halfway to 7 already. That's the downside of playing these cutters. You can see the Morphling is in the same situation that, yeah, you get stuck for yourself. You give the enemy carry free farm in most cases.
I don't think Nisha wants to rotate again, coming to the top lane, but Dire Observer Ward sees all. So back under the tower, Insania goes, and Mickey will play as defensive as possible. And there's the pings coming out. There's 2 sentry wards on Undying. They're probably feeling like there's an Observer Ward in the lane. Yeah, it's exactly where Puppy drops the sentry. Like, alright, if there's not in the lane, it's going to be over here on the ramp. And
oh my, barely missed it. That's actually kind of a big deal. That's kind of a big deal. He used that's 3 sentries. And
yep. Two sentries and the Observer Ward got planted displayed. Batrider losing all the life. The guys are giving him a bit of a soul rip from Poppy, but Maldich will take everything else.
There's kind of a lot to talk about here, because like when you see Void Spirit against Razor mid, you're gonna assume that Void Spirit is gonna make a play onto your safe lane. So they place this ward, and Poppy knows that, so he buys sentries to remove that ward, and then he just barely misses it like this. So all the rotation is just seen from Liquid. And instead the Raze ends up making the kill rotation.
And too good for Liquid right now. You asked before, like, if they got a good laning phase. That's not a great wave. However, from McKay missing the target on Puppy, but paralyzing Cask, and Sandy will be there to make sure the Puppy does go down. This feels like a really good starting of the laning phase for Team Liquid. Obviously, the Gyro is still getting a hell of a lot of farm, which will be a problem later on. But 3 net worths, all above 3k, 9 minutes in.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a very good start for them. Their supports are also really happy. Both of them got their boots. And Phoenix even has Tranquil boots already. He's level 5, which Doctor has a good game too. So all of Liquid's heroes are feeling good.
And these couriers, is it really that hard to keep your courier alive? Cooldown's going to be committed. Phoenix doesn't have 6, so this should be quite a simple kill from a Tumberman. But yeah, is it really that difficult to keep your courier alive? We've had, I think now 7 is the count that have died in 9 minutes.
You don't expect there's some Phoenix, you know, at your tier 2. So you're just playing your game, and then there's a Phoenix, you know, there. You don't see it coming. Maybe that often. So
he wants to pick up the Keen Optic, but there's a Remnant that'll pull him up on the hill if he does, and the battle for the 10-minute rune. Now this won't be scattered out unless Nietzsche actually jumps down. Okay, now he's able to get it. Text the neutral items at all costs. Undying Tombstone denied by Puffy. As 4 heroes from Team Liquid have come to join the fight. Paralyzing Cast, 2 heroes isolated, but nope. You're able just to step yourself away or to simulate yourself away. Puffy won't be so lucky. Oracle trying to protect himself from all the magical damage, but Tubman's continuing to run back to the tier 1 tower. Cask is still on cooldown for the moment, but 4 heroes, one of them has plus 108 damage, looking to dive the tier 1 town. Batrider now going to TP in. We've got the Pyramid Sun Rage, the Phoenix Sun down. Matubba's trying to get rid of it in time while the sun come up. No, it won't. Matubba will get rid of it. Box comes so much damage under the tier 1 tower. He'll live thanks to the 1 charges. Nope, take that back. Yamsol Brick is in the extra nuke to finish the job. A quick Remnant, quite just out of range of that. The Flame Break won't push him back in time, but now the dive is on from Team Secret. Palace and Cast making it very, very difficult. And Zai, well, he didn't get the memo. He kept diving out, but now he'll pull back with the rest of his team.
Yeah, and overall, I think this is a win for Liquid as Morphling just top, uncontested. Closing on level 10 here. He got a free tower off of that. They ended up killing the highest net worth hero on Secret, right? And they also forced multiple TP, so still looking really good for Liquid. Also, Side's game is not that good, and I don't know what he's gonna go. If he's gonna go bots, the usual build, or if he's gonna try to go for like a drum to fight, or what the plan is for him. But if he's gonna go bots, then his game is gonna be, further slowed down, and yeah, it's just he needs a bit more time to be really strong in this game.
Well, considering he's banking money, maybe he's even thinking about... Actually, I don't know if you want to go Blink.
I don't know. That seems pretty risky. You might just, if it fails somehow, then you just have a naked Blink. I think you're just gonna go bot. I think that's the best way to play, and then it makes sure that you also kind of scale in the game.
You have the money for it.
Maybe they're gonna just use him as a
Tiger
fighter now, and just
and Tiger just Icarus dives away. The smoke is blowing. I feel really, really sorry for Poppy. Like there's another sentry wall that's got dropped. It's out of range of the dire orbs. If you look near the top bounty rune as well, there's another sentry ward that's just out of range of the obs. This is now 3 times that they know the rough positioning, but they just miss it by that much.
It's next level warding, man. But
from Liquid, it's a little bit to the side.
It's definitely gonna be painful to watch afterwards. All these sentries wasted. Morphling gets another free tower bot, while Secret is gonna just take mid tower here, it looks like.
And that's what they're prioritizing. Coif is not looking to get into the fight just yet, still trying to finish up his Yule Scepter. before he may feel a little bit more comfortable on the fights.
The one hero that suffered a bit from all of this stuff is Koikva, who is actually lower net worth than Nisha. So he needs a bit of time as well to try to get an item. He's gonna go Eels. Like, okay.
Yeah. But the Alliance Space created Bo3's finished his Blink Dagger, so it was coming on the courier. So they got the jump, and we can sort of see this Twitch Doctor. He's now at level 6. He's been pretty active in the lane with his Maledict, but he's got it level 3. We've got Maledict and Death Ward to go to work.
Yeah, this Witch Doctor is not a joke anymore. Like this Death Ward has been buffed so many times that you're not gonna think of the spell that much in the game until you start dying to it, because it shreds heroes. And
Blink call. Zai's already having a hard time. There goes the Death Ward, and there goes Zai. Does Culling Blade it down very, very quickly, and so he's playing from range. The Flat Cannon from Atonement does do a lot of damage. They're back under the tier 1 tower, the protection of the Phoenix Sun, and Morphling waveforms in. Undying losing so much life. The False Promise has to be used on him to keep him alive while the Tombstone mopped up by the rest of Liquid. But now Nisha tries to go ham. Koifa dies so quickly, but another call out from Boxy with the Maledict. They need to get that damage into Nisha, and Mickey very happy to oblige. Nisha will go down, and Team Secret bit off more than they can chew. The low value core of Team Liquid is all that was lost.
Yeah, I mean, there you saw the Witch Doctor Ward in action. It almost killed Matumba Man from full HP. And it feels like it's pretty hard for Secret to fight if Bad Rider ends up dying first, because he's most of their damage realistically. They kind of need him to stay alive in the fight and just keep sticking and being annoying in the fights.
He's on bottom lane trying to farm those BTs you're talking about. You can see the indecision from Zai. He wanted to farm up the bottom lane because he's still trying to work his way to getting the Blink Dagger. But okay, he'll have enough time that he can pick up the bounty rune and get out. But it still means 3 to 1 is the trade-off for the 15-minute mark for bounties.
Yeah, there's kind of a lot of pressure on Zai this game because he wants to go bots, you know, so his game is good and it's just perfect for the hero. But at the same time, they're kind of not in a good position, so he feels bots is too greedy. It won't be. It's kind of briefing the team a little bit if he goes bots. But
yeah, he switched to Blink.
You know, I'm not sure. Like that's just kind of how the reality is right now for them.
Yeah, hard decision. You got to make it. Yeah, Blink Dagger, he's going to get the farm from the top lane to get that last bit up and then try and make it work. Because on top lane while we were talking as well, Puppy did get picked off, and it was the Death Ward once again being used by Insane. All they needed was a call control time. And very quickly, that Undying drops.
And the thing about this game as well is that Liquid don't feel like they're on a timer either, right? Like they can just keep farming and wait for the right opportunity. Boxy can, you know, keep moving to lane and look for kills, stay off map, while both Koika and Morphling can just keep farming. They're gonna hit this E-blade on Morphling and then they can start to really prick the enemy side of the map. And you can see it from Secret too. They feel like they're the ones who need to smoke, and they have to blink on Bat now. So hopefully with them they can find something with this. But Boxy is keeping out of here, and Mickey is running away. So
I think the Deep Dire Observer Ward might have actually seen that happen.
Well, even if they didn't see it, they should know something is up, right? Because they see a lot of the map naturally.
There's also a weird thing that happened. Where they're gonna scan
counter smoke here.
That's a good. That's a Radiant defensive scan. But Thumba feels him coming and gets the hell out of there. Courier flies over the hill, and that just tells you exactly where everybody is.
They still have the ops. They have a sentry, but
Tyre hasn't looked at the hill.
High ground. Yeah.
He needs to see it. Alright, I'm visible. Well, Puppy's gonna lose his life. The Observer is taken care of. Maybe not. Oracle, Yapsa arrives just in time to get the false promise out. Boy, for does deal a fair chunk of damage. But now, let's see what Zai can do. So, found the target. He found Koi for pulling it back in. Defensive York Scepter will come up. The Phoenix Sun will also connect on the ground. But Tumba standing in front as well, but they haven't taken taking care of the Phoenix Sun just yet. The stun comes through, and now Bo3 dump number 1, looking for a second over towards Yapsaw. The Death Ward Insania completely uncontested to the south, letting it go. And now Nisha, he's got 21 charges available, no step up and running. They want to finish the job. Another paralyzing cask and maledict forward. They can dissimulate, jump over, and they want revenge on Insania. Nisha will end the kill streak. And looks like Secret at least picking up some of the pieces around their tier 1 tower.
Oh, I mean, Morphling ended up dying there. If Morphling didn't die, that would have been terrible for Secret. But somehow it ends up being pretty good. I mean, as good as you could expect at least, right?
And with Matumperman taking all the money for it too, he got the kill on both Koifa as well as McKay.
No, the cask was bouncing between the heroes that were supposed to hit the egg. So I think it was a level 1 egg. He just hit 12, yeah, so it must have been so. But there the blink dagger actually came into play for Batrider. That was kind of secured them a much needed kind of fight.
And now Zai can look into new items potentially.
Yeah, I mean, he just looks to be just skipping the bots, as realistically he won't get that much value from bots this game, at least for now. So he's gonna just buy real items instead.
Build into him later. I'll be interested to see how that fight would have gone to if Liquid were able to finish Puppy off. Starts to beg the question too, what happens once Mickey is able to finish up that E-Blade and Liquid get a lot more of this direct damage.
I think chances are if Puppy goes down there, they're just gonna, there's no fight, you know, they're just gonna sack him and leave the tower potentially.
Because he could stand.
I mean, if he will just die instantly, right? He only survived because Oracle ulted him.
Yep. Well, first easy split. Bounty room will be the same. With dire obs and sentries, Bo3 jumping forward to grab the DD room, just making sure that Nisha doesn't have that power. Instantly dispelled by the Yule Scepter, and Zai's coming over. Axe locked down by the clumsy Ned, doesn't get the perfect call over on Nisha, but gives him enough armor that he can't TP out. Yep, Sora has the disable. A lot of spin damage at least, but 5 heroes from Team Seek are gathering the mid lane now. And with a fresh BKB on the gyrocopter, maybe they look to actually pressure this tier 2 tower. Koifa's not doing enough damage on bottom. And there's no axe for 30 seconds.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They're just gonna use Glyph though, and then the Glyph will kill everything, and then Axe is gonna be up. So probably won't have that much happen here. The thing is, if Axe didn't get that DD there, you know, Secret might try to attempt Roche. And it's awkward for Liquid maybe. Or at least it forces them to run there.
Yeah. You'd actually think Liquid would be a little bit more confident battling around Roshan. That's where Wish Doctor should have a lot of fun. Phoenix has better, well, around the Roche pit play for vision.
Yeah, I think probably it would be hard for Secret to go Roche, but...
And for now, Secret, I'll just bring Gyrocopter back down to the bottom lane. Building into a Satanic now on the Gyro.
Secret got 2 really nice wards out because of this kill on Axe though. So they didn't get the tower, but they got to plant these amazing wards here. And
both
like
now
they might want to smoke right on top of them.
Like Liquid actually put down 2 sentries to try and find it, and they haven't found it yet. There's still another 2 sentries on Insania.
Yeah.
Axe. Well, Culling Blaze down the courier. That didn't get to survive. A little unfair that can happen.
So Liquid's just kind of farming for their timings here. Morphling is closing in on E-Blade and Koika on BKB. And then I imagine they're gonna meet up and smoke up, try to take a good fight. And Secret is not gonna let that happen. They're themselves gonna smoke and see what happens here.
Raises the closest one, but they find Phoenix instead. Flying versus flying. Koifa wants to come over, but no. Phoenix 30 down, buybacks available. Paralyzing cast can be pretty damn good. Bounce between the heroes with a full death wall timing once again. And Malik flanked on Puppey. Undying, well, they got a lot of extra heal arriving in from the Oracle, but now he's dead and gone. Koifa, can they get the extra damage into Batalman? Did the false promise? No, it didn't do enough damage. Not inside of all of that, but it won't stop Mickey from rampaging forward for a double kill. They have to get rid of this tombstone. So difficult to play against the undead, and Batrider, he'll be the next target. Call him up, bring him down. And Team Liquid repel Team Secret. And once again, the only person to die is going to be that Razor. It's still a 0-3 Razor. It's been a sad time when it comes for Koifa, but he's not the superstar of this game. It really feels like Mickey is stepping into his own.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of also his role this game, is to just kind of link the gyro and...
What a call! Foxy, he got two of them in the trees. Yapsol and Matumba both together, no way out. And both placed with Maledict. Nikkei didn't even have his E-Blade fly out to him just yet, but Secret were thinking about the defense, but they definitely think again now.
Because of that ward down there spotting they're moving into the trees. Because they, in Secret's minds, they're fucking, you know, they're not envisioned there. So it's kind of coming together nicely for them here in this game. There's the DD top right now, but I don't think they see it. Nisha is gonna go and grab it.
Yeah, the Hobbs actually doesn't see thanks to the tree that's up. Nisha will just try and push out the lanes, buy some space, because now it's Team Liquid. Like, they've kind of been in control for most of this game from around the 3-4 minute mark. They've had the gold, they've had the experience. They're gonna try and keep it this way. Nisha just wants to fight. Found a target. It's Insania. 386 gold for the death of this witch doctor.
Is he worth that much?
I don't know, but Dover calculates things in I don't...
It's a solo kill, that's why I think nobody else was involved, so he gets a bonus there. But that's quite a lot of money actually in the current patch.
I want to say, like, we had the game before, right? Whereas like in game 2, like Secret, I think were actually no, we had like it was a 25k lead, and then it was support versus support, and they were both worth exactly the same.
Yeah.
And that's what it's like. I just don't question it. I just read the number now. Like this is the it's just like, and that's the way it is. Boxy can't get the blink off. Poppy able to hit both of them with the decay.
They were just walking into vision there. No cares.
Is this the confidence that Liquid should have at this point?
Kind of, but I think they're not that far ahead that they can just...
The Observer will die. The blink call, Boxy catches him out. The Observer was there from the Dire side before. Frozen let Batrider stand up his ground. Witch Doctor has been brought down, and now it's Boxy who gets lassoed and controlled. Team Liquid not having the fight they wanted when Razor gets picked up. His BKB, that's the 10-second duration one being used defensively to get back behind the tower. Secret taking out the initiators and what's been quite a heavy chunk of the damage, but not the morph. But off to Roshan we go.
Yeah, these wards turned out to be finally, you know, giving them a good fight. They kind of saw all of Liquid's heroes and could just, yeah, kind of take that fight. That's what they wanted. And I also feel like Liquid might have been a bit overexcited there. I think they should just wait, you know, and wait for the Witch Doctor who has the smokes and then smoke up as 5 and then get that good axe jump that where they're in control and that they can follow up on properly.
Yeah.
Instead now Secret are actually, they feel good now. JR ages, yes, this Void Spirit is suddenly really farmed. Yes, there's and almost axe and heals, so.
Yeah, this does feel good for Team Secret.
Now it's like
maybe you could have some effective network start to arrive. Like Tiger, he's trying to go for the Shiva's Guard, and it's taking a long time to get there. 2k gold in the bank, plus your recipe sitting in your stash. Zai's gonna leave. It looks like they don't want to have a crack. But new items start to arrive. The Mindbreaker for the Void Spirit.
So here comes that smoke.
Jungle items, axe, that's a call position, but look how quickly Secret split. Your scepter up your guard. That one came out from Nisha. Doesn't want quite to get the initiation off quite right, but Nisha.
Ouch.
Yeah, that hurts. What the hell just hit him? But that much, that fast?
You can see it even there. They see them running in, and they have a ward on them, and they get the use off an axe. But it's like when Liquid are 5 and they're like running into you, it's very hard for Secret to respond. Because like your hero just dies so fast to this Morphling, and you can't really kill the egg either. So it's like, yeah, it's like a repeat of game 1 a little bit. Like Liquid's team fight are so strong, and if they just go as 5, play the game safe.
Yeah.
They should be in a really good spot.
It does also feel like Matumba, if he can stand his ground in these fights, if the BKBs come off, he should be able to fight. Obviously, you don't have the same type of thing for a Void Spirit who wants his Ags to go with the Deso and the Yules. That all takes a bit of time.
Yeah.
But you just need that save, like Yapsa to be there that fast, but that's gonna be such a hard decision as well for Yapsa if he doesn't feel as experienced on this hero, knowing like who do I need to protect and who do I need to be in range of when this fight begins with so much jump from Liquid.
I mean, he can save from an axe call, right? It's hard for him to save from a E-Blade Morph that just comes out of fog and just kills that guy.
Yeah. Yeah,
but this
Phoenix
is gonna be a big problem for them. He has Chivas finished now. He's gonna get 18 this game, no doubt. And look, he's going Refresher. I don't know if Axe kind of got nerfed, I guess, but it's still really good to save an ally if the enemy can't kill your egg. So I think maybe Axe would be better than Refresher, but it doesn't really matter. The biggest point is that.
He's dead. Lassoed mid Icarus dive and dead for now. 78 seconds without buyback available because he bought the Shiva's guard. But yeah, he's adding a lot of pressure on bottom lane that's going to make Team Secret look behind themselves. Even with the Aegis, the Immortal, or the Gyro.
But even they lose this Phoenix, they still get a tier 2. And I don't think they're going to lose that much more. They're going to lose tier 2 top, but maybe that would have happened either way. And they're gonna get multiple bounty runs here, so not the worst for them.
Alright, Boxy playing TP away. Zyme moves quickly. Your Scepter's gonna cancel that, and they can just leave him there if they want to. He can't TP away. No, kill him and move on. Team Secret don't like to dwell. That fast-moving Bat Rider on the back of a Haster, and he wouldn't have got there in time. Also, Orb of Destruction now dropped. Not a big item, so the Titan Slither was also able to arrive. No one's actually holding on to that just yet. Looks like Matumba... Actually, yeah, Matumba just had it switched in now. He had lifesteal before, but he's still got the casual Morbid Mask. Been changing his item build up for a while. He was gonna finish the Satanic, then he finished the Mjolnir, now he's gonna buy an Aghanim Scepter.
Yeah, these days definitely slowing Liquid's game down a bit.
He's so big. Is Mickey still strong enough? Like, I suppose, does this turn into like a Matumba versus Mickey kind of team fight? Like, one of these guys must stand the whole time?
I think these stats were pretty bad because it kind of, Morphling is so strong right now. But if Matumba Man gets to Satanic and Rapier, I don't think Morphling is the hero to beat that type of hero. So
Blink Cold's gonna have him, and they get into Nisha. Gonna lose his life very quickly. 80 seconds on the sideline without buyback available, and Mickey wasting nothing. He just burnt that BKB too. They don't have flying vision, so TP out from Puppy was successful.
Yeah.
They got the kill they're looking for.
Nice smoke there. But now I feel like Liquid just needs to continue to go as 5, and it's gonna be very hard for Secret to play. They're gonna obviously keep ratting and keep pushing out waves, but if you stay in a certain vicinity of each other, Liquid should be good. Now they're gonna go high ground here, I guess.
Yeah, Liquid's coming up. Dive's trying to show an illusion on top lane, so maybe they feel like they have to defend, but a smoke from Team Secret. They still have no buyback to the Void Spirit. But it will be the front line of Boxy able to connect over on the claw. And now maybe Bat Rider. He gets the lasso over on Mickey. Matumba can get the BKB call down and fly cannon damage out, but no! He's dead! No buyback available. Team Secret are all pushing up the daisies. The only buyback that is available is on the Battle Rider, but they can just go GG now. There's nothing left for Team Secret to do. Liquid can end this and 2-1 the series.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, Liquid's teamfight is just vast superior.
They don't know. They don't know that they look to over the tier 4 towers, voice birds up, and they're gonna give it respect.
Yeah, I mean, would they be able to throw it in time? There's still Glyph on Secret. Those tower shots hurt. I don't know if they would be able to actually kill it.
I know, I'm just looking at 350 damage a pop on Mickey, and I get a little bit more confidence. But maybe not when Kuiper doesn't really help out as a Razor.
I don't really know if there's some like one annoying buyback on Undying and then he throws down the tombstone and stuff. Maybe they, I don't know, it's just risky. I feel like they have this game in the bag. As you saw, it's like so difficult for Secret to fight. Especially now there's like the Shiva's egg.
Yeah, that hurt. That hurt for sure.
He was given a talent now that gives the Supernova Sunray. I didn't even realize. On Phoenix.
Yeah, but he just put the sunny side up egg. So Tiger, come on, man. Flip it the right way.
There it is.
It's hard boiled. He's just retreating. He managed to find a haste rune at least and steal that. Roshan, look for his spawn time. He may respawn in 25 seconds, and that may be the next point of contest for Team Secret to get themselves back in this game. But as he said, a full 5-on-5 fight against Liquid is not what you're looking for. So they smoke up anyway. Liquid is sitting behind their cores. A blink forward, the lasso. It's over on Boxy. Tombstone got to drop absolutely everything. You've got to try and kill off this axe. Yamsor trying to stand up. Alliance, a never-ending silence on the axe. And maybe now you have enough damage, but the Phoenix Sunray is going down. But have they got enough damage? They're still stunned up. Matumaman, he's going to get rid of it. So Phoenix is down, but Axe has fallen back into this fight. Gyrocopter so low on damage at 214 of it stolen. Now the cast, all the bounces are there. And this may just be well played. There's no buybacks on Team Secret. Liquid will go down the mid lane. It will still take them a little longer to get there. They have a creep wave with them, but they have to bang through that mid tier 2 tower. But once they realize there's no more Secret to defend, they may just go for the whole tier 4.
Yeah,
that's exactly what happened.
Go for it. Wow.
GG.
GG, yeah. They killed the egg that time, but you know, it's just so you need your whole team to hit that egg for it to die when it gets to this point. So
like too many issues to deal with, and you chose the Phoenix egg.
Yeah. No, they drafted to kind of win 3 lanes, but in reality, their heroes just ended up being worse in the game, I think, and it was